back to another episode. Happy Tuesday, guys. Thank you guys for being here. Guys, first of all, Nefty, welcome. How are you, my friend? Thank you for being here.
What's up, everyone? Quiet day in the community, huh? Nothing happening.
Rudy, what's going on? Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me, man. Very, very exciting day.
Yeah, so what were you saying, Nefty? What's going on? Nothing. Quiet.
Very quiet, bro. Very quiet, man, right?
Not much happening. So, guys, so first, before we get started, because I know he's got the itch. Nefty, let everybody what's going on with the world news today.
Oh, man, my heart goes out to the people in the Carolinas and Georgia. You know, we're all Americans, and it's a shame what the federal government is doing to these people with the lack of help. For the military guys, my heart goes out to you. What's happening across the way? I don't want to say it because I don't want to politicize the stream. And finally, for the longshoremen, we stand with you guys, bro. Make that money. Hopefully, it gets resolved quickly.
So there you have it, guys. CNN in 5 seconds. So we are going to, like I said, guys, if you have things to do, I apologize. We're going to be here a while. There's a lot going on, and as we're speaking, things are dropping. So we're going to keep going until most likely everything stops dropping. Like I said, we're going to get into our favorite. We're going to get into hot toys, our least favorite. We're going to get into, I think we're getting into some Queen Studios, if I'm not mistaken. So it's going to be an Actually, it's going to be and as always,
the following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
And one more. The line you always say about Lucha, what Lucha always says?
Which one?
Strap it on.
Which one? Oh yeah. Yeah, guys, in the words of Luch, strap it on. All right. Yeah. So here we go. So let's say hello to you guys. So we could get started because, like I said, it's going to be a while. We're going to be here a long time. There's a lot going on. We got Carter in the house. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. In honor of jazzing, since we don't have any jazzing tonight. We have everything but, okay? We have everything but.
Oh, my God.
Brian! Carlos, my friend, welcome. Thank you for being here.
Charlie, my friend, Charlie Brigante, how you doing?
We got Tali in the house. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being
here. How you doing?
Also, guys, please don't forget the raffle. There's 11 spots left in the raffle. Please message me if you want to get in. Thank you, guys, as always. Let's see who else is in the house. We got Nefty in the house. Where is he tonight? We got Joker J in the house. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. Welcome. Yes, guys, don't forget to hit that like button. There's 27 of you guys in here. Thank you, guys. And don't forget, there's only 27 of you guys here. Remember, less is more. So the less we have in here means we have more than anybody in the world. So don't forget to hit that like button, peasants. We got Big Dog in the house. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. Effing YouTube, it does that with everyone's name on my screen too. Modern technology. I don't even know what he's talking about. We got Bo.
Oh, what a line.
Where's Bobo? I don't see Bobo.
How you doing?
He says, I repeat the present toys on this. Don't be mean, guys. There's 32 of you guys in here. Please hit that like button. Remember, less is more. The least.
Yeah, we were just talking about that too backstage.
Yes. So the less of you guys in here, the more we prosper. So don't forget to hit that like button. Also, let's see who else is in the house. We got Albert in the house. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. Let's see who else is in here. One more reissue for the coup. Ellis, yes. Yes, we were talking about that backstage, peasant. Don't ruin the stream, okay? Just because you don't want to be part of it doesn't mean you have to ruin it for everybody. Unbelievable. We got Caleb in the house. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up.
Let's see. Welcome everybody. Welcome. We got Ash in the house. Welcome.
Did he ask the question?
Not yet. Not yet.
It's coming.
Yo,
It's coming.
It's
I
coming.
see it. I see it.
We got Ernesto in the house. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. Welcome.
Ernesto.
We got Leah, my friend.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up.
Let's see. We got Paul in the house. Welcome, my friend. How are you? God, you guys are on fire. We got Luch in the house. Welcome, my friend.
Konnichiwa, bitch.
Let's see who else is in the house. He says, "What up? My 1-6 Jazz Inc. Hot Toys and Inner Collectors. What a time to be alive." And ask him how many of these he's getting.
All of them.
All of them. How about
0.0.
Oh man! Shout out to Mike for that. Without Mike, I would have never known what that is. Oh man! Let's see who else is in here. Thanks, Nefty. My hot toys are safe. Yeah, he's in what is it? South Carolina, I think, or North Carolina.
Oh, really?
So yeah, he's letting you know that he's safe. We got Giovan in the house. Welcome, my friend.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up.
Hello, everyone. Added DX18 to my collection because that's my favorite look for Maul. The robot legs are just too cool. Yeah, that's a nice looking figure.
Nice.
Very nice looking figure. Too bad it didn't do much on the market. I don't even think it's going for that much anymore. But at one point I think it was.
No, you can get that cheap.
Yeah. Well, you think it's still high? Yeah, right?
No, you can get them cheap.
Oh, that's what I thought.
DX18?
Yeah. I thought that's what I thought. We got Sean in the house. Welcome, my friend.
Oh,
Welcome. Let's see who else is in here. I think that's everybody, guys. Did we get everybody? I think we got everybody. If I came on the stream, would it be rated R? We got Christian in the house. Welcome, my
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up.
We got Mad Planet. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here.
hello.
Let's see. The Thor in the house. Welcome, my friend.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up.
Guys, don't forget to hit that like button. There's 39 of you guys here. Remember, less is more. We don't need 100 watching. All we need is 39. Just hit that like button, please. Let's see who else is in here. I'm getting an echo from somebody. We got Fad Gadget. Welcome, my.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up.
I pulled the trigger on Police Robot by Present Toys. What a fool. What is that? What is Police Robot? I don't know what that is.
A RoboCop?
No.
No, Present Toys hasn't done
Present Toys?
RoboCop. No.
We got Martin K. Welcome.
Oh.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up.
The Terminator cop.
That's when.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
The
when
Terminator.
What
Yeah.
Terminator?
Present Toys did their Terminators, remember?
The police officer?
Oh, they did T1000. I remember.
Yup.
Oh yeah. That's what you got. Gotcha. He said, I gotcha. He said it's coming. Don't worry. Unbelievable. We got Martin K. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for. We got Dan Spez. This is a new name. Welcome.
Dan.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up.
Let me see who else is in here. Look at you guys. Don't forget that we got Figment in the house. Welcome, Mike.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up.
All right, guys. So we got everybody. All right. So let's start with the releases first. So we're gonna get right into Hot Toys again. We also got a couple of releases, which is very exciting as well. I don't know how exciting they are compared to everything else that's going on, but we're going to get into them. Anyway, so we got here the IG-12, obviously from The Mandalorian. This was a figure that a lot of people had a feeling was coming. Obviously, we've known that that it was coming to get released. This one specifically is with the accessory pack, so You have the baton here, the shield, the jetpack for Mando. You got the shield for Bo-Katan, and you got obviously the rest of the figure, the accessories. You got this little black heart. What do you call this thing?
It's
Rudy?
the mouse droid.
Oh, the mouse droid. That's what I call it. And so here is the attachment. They give you the whole weapon for Paz Vizsla, and here are some of the accessories. So I'm going to go with you, Nefty. Nefty, is this something you're getting? How do you like this? Are you excited for this? Are you not getting this?
Yeah, I know. This season of Mandalorian wasn't that popular. I do own the original IG-11, and fortunate or unfortunate, I'm so deep into the Mandalorian line that I'm definitely getting this because each of the accessories that this comes with, I have the figures that that'll use those accessories. So I'm all in because I do remember it wasn't like that much this season by all, but I'm definitely into the IG-11 and I have it coming home whenever they ship it.
Rudy.
No, I skipped up the Mandalorian stuff, so not for me. I do like the concept of this though. Even when they released it, the fact that it was a figure and they loaded it up with all these accessories. I mean, I feel like that was the incentive, right, to get it. Right, because otherwise it was going to be a figure that was going to sit. But that was kind of an interesting approach to throw in all those pieces, all those accessories, because I think that's what's really making the figure. And you can even see it with the blogger pics, right? The Mando with the shield and with the staff. I mean, that looks pretty badass. So
I was gonna say this is more appealing than the actual figure. Believe it or
right,
not. It's really crazy. Like
that image right there is pretty cool.
Right, I'm looking forward to this more than I am the actual IG-12. You know what I mean? Which I feel like there's so much going on with the figure, right? Which again, like we just mentioned, they needed to do that. This was a figure that wasn't so interesting on the show, even though everybody loved IG-11. The fact that he had to be repurposed, and I think it became something completely different, right? People loved how IG-11 was. He was a badass droid robot. And so now he becomes more of a vehicle, right? So I think that's what turned a lot of people off. People still love him. People still getting him anyway. But I feel like that's what the figure was kind of blah. And the fact that Hot Toys decided to add all these extra accessories into it was for a reason, and it was a smart thing to do. I still think this is going to sit for a little bit. I think people are going to wait to get this cheaper. I don't see this running out by any means. If it does, then it does. But I can tell you, I doubt it. I don't remember if I pre-ordered this. Either way, I'll get it at some point. What is something that you really like and dislike about this Nefty?
What I like about it is, like I said, if you're deep into the Mandalorian line like I am, the accessories allows you to switch it up with the characters. If you have the heavy Mando, which I do, and you can switch up even with Mandos because I have like 3 or 4 Mandos. Now I can switch one up with the backpack and the shield. So anyone in that situation can wind up using the accessories. And it's funny because when you think about this piece, you're really talking about the accessories. Again, like you mentioned, the badassness of IG-11 was lost in this particular figure. Yeah. But it's a welcome figure nonetheless because it is different. You can put baby Grogu inside and those other little characters. But it's good for a person that's heavy vested in the Mandalorian season. Again, because of the accessories and the ability to use it in the other figures that most likely they'll have.
Now, would you get a second Mandalorian to display this, or would you just put this on the one you already have, if you have one?
I like I said, I have about like 4 or 5.
So Mandalorians?
Mandalorians, yeah.
By Jazz Inc. or InArt?
But so that's what I'm saying. A person like me that's deep into the Mandalorian line that probably has various versions of the Mandalorian is going to be able to at least provide one of the Mandalorians with the shield and that whatever that thing is.
And what do you dislike about it?
It's one of those that like it's not going to sell. So it's not like something that's going to be a wow factor.
So boring.
Yeah, IG-11 is not going to be something that and you walk into your collection room, this one particular, it's, and then the story behind it, how it's more of a transport vehicle losing its badass. At least the original had that one, and also this is a very you can't do much with this figure if you have the original. You know what I mean? It's not as mobile.
Rudy, what about you? What do you like and dislike?
Again, right? I like the thought of the accessory pack. It's something not to this extent, but it's something we saw Hot Toys do in the past. Interestingly enough, with a lot of their Terminator figures, where some of the Terminator figures would come in with like an extra head sculpt for something else, right? So, damn it, Sean! It's like we're just starting.
That was epic.
Bring in the heat.
That was epic.
He got me. He got me there, right? What can I say?
Oh man, I'm sweating. That was good. That was good.
So going back to this though, I like again the accessory thing. I wish they did that a little bit more. And I know they, like we said, they had to do that with this particular figure, but it'd be great if we could get some accessories from Hot Toys. Even if they did accessory packs, I think that's something that would.
How did you feel? So that's a good point. How did you feel about the Mark 50 accessories pack? Did you think that was a cool idea, even though it didn't sell out like whatsoever?
Oh yeah, I got it.
Oh, I did too.
Because I had specific accessories that I wanted to use, like the crab legs and all that, just to make him look like a totally different Iron Man. I like that, right? And I like that if I didn't want that, I didn't have to pay for it, right? I could just get the figure and call it a day. So I liked what they did there. Granted, it didn't seem to sell out for them, so I don't know how inclined Hot Toys is going to be to do that in the future, but I thought it was a great idea.
Well, it looks like they adjusted the way of making that pack. Instead of making it a standalone pack, look what they did with IG-12. They added it.
They throw it in with a figure.
Correct. So now you're forced to get it with a figure. And I don't think you're going to complain if you're going to get the figure anyway, and it already comes with it. Why wouldn't you just get it? You know what I mean? So that makes a lot of sense. So it looks like, they learned from that lesson. The reason why I had to get that pack, that Mark 50 pack, I got a case I got a case or 2 cases of the Mark 50s. So I have about 4 or 5 displayed, with each one with a different look. And obviously the crab legs is one of them. The crab legs and those stomper fists. I have one Mark 50 fully loaded with those things because it was a no-brainer look. The fact that we never got it with the actual figure was very disappointing. So it was very smart on their part to do it. But I think that the price point was very expensive, even though.
How much was it? Because it was like 200 bucks,
change,
right?
I think so. It was 2 and change, yeah.
But so remember, it had great accessories too, because it didn't just have the accessories for the armor. It had the broken blade that you could put in Thanos' hand that he stabs Tony with. So it had that, and then it had the that glove thing that goes on the hand too, so he can't close it.
Correct.
So you had a couple of cool accessories right there too.
It was a lot. Yeah, it was a lot of stuff that came in. It was cool, different stuff. But, it was like, think about it. A lot of people, very rare. Okay. It's very rare that people get more than one. Okay.
Right.
One of the same kind. Right. Especially an Iron Man that's very expensive as it is. So I don't know what they were thinking. Like the figure already came with plenty. Right. The Mark 50 came with plenty stuff already. Then, I get why they did it, right? They wanted to give you all of the scenes from the movie, right? All the things, all those weapons and all the attachments, all those things that he showed in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Hot Toys wanted to give those things to us in figure form. Understandable. But it was weird because it was like, what do you think people are gonna do? They only have one. They already have the accessories from the figure. You really think that they're gonna do? And I think that was their lesson. You know what I mean? They realized, wait a minute, a lot of people aren't going to buy multiples to display a Mark 50 in different ways. Some people do, and some people did, but not everybody. So I think that was their issue.
Ernesto said that this was waitlisted, and I checked, and Sideshow, it was correct.
Yeah, but waitlisted on Sideshow doesn't mean sold out by any means. Doesn't mean that it's selling out by any means. Doesn't mean that it's going to sell out by any means. That's just their way, and we've realized this now that that's their way of controlling their own stock, so they're not overstocked with stuff that people aren't going to be buying, or people care for, or people, they know that isn't going to be a good sell anyway. But even though, Hot Toys made it, they still are obligated to buy, a certain amount. They're just limiting how many people could get these things. That's why you get the wait list within like a few weeks, again, depending on the item, because you get some things still pre-order, until the last day pretty much. So it doesn't happen with everything. Nefty, anything you want to say about this piece before we move on? Because we got to do.
It's coming home, and it's going to be one that the accessories are going to be used very well by me.
Rudy.
No, not for me. Just because I didn't get into the Mando line, but I think it's a cool figure. I think the accessories make it though. The little people and all that, the little guys. I think that there's a lot there that's really appealing if you're, like Nefty said, if you're deep into that Mando line.
Yes, the critters. We have Gina in the house. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. Welcome. Happy Tuesday. All right, guys. Let me see what you guys are saying real quickly before we continue. We got Ra. Look at this peasant. How are you tonight? Welcome.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up.
Let's see who else is. We got Chris in the house. Welcome, my friend.
Hello.
Martin says most collectors won't want the whole set, but one or two. That's the thing. Exactly. And then a lot of the times, what happens is a lot of people want the same exact accessory. So you'll think, all right, I'll buy it and then I'll sell the rest. But it's like
nobody wants the other ones.
Exactly. You got what everybody wanted, so now you're stuck with that thing anyway. Yep, that happens. Right. That happens all the time.
Yeah, like how many people gonna want a Grogu?
We got Anthony in the house. Welcome, my friend.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up.
All right, so let's get to our next topic. Like I said, we got a ton to get into, so we are going quickly. Now we got, guys, Bane. This is the Bane from the Dark Knight trilogy series by Hot Toys. So this is the updated version. It's supposed to be a bigger body, a more muscular body, a seamless body. Nefty, let's go with you.
Yeah.
Is this something that you were excited for? Something that?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I'm one of those collectors that wasn't around for the original, and I heard that the original, everybody was into swapping the body out because, again, it was, I guess, less muscular from what it was seen in the movie. But this is exciting to me because I'm into the Dark Knight collection. It's coming home, and I just have one thing. In one of the there it is, the picture with the camo tumbler. Is that a hint?
Not necessarily. Well, so I've always said, this vehicle is a must, right?
Yeah.
They have to remake the vehicle. They made it in black. Of course, they got to make it in camo. The thing is, I think that they're going to gauge how well the Bane sells for them to even put that up. Because it wouldn't make sense for them to get the vehicle made, right, to put it into production, and then have people get, let's say they made, for example, let's say they made 6,000 Banes and they only sell, 500. Yeah. Why would they continue to make, 6,000 vehicles or 5,000 vehicles or 4,000 vehicles if, nobody's going to want them because only 500 Banes sold? So I think that may be what they're waiting for. Do they have to make it? Absolutely not. But it would only make sense, especially because they updated the black tumbler. So why wouldn't they do it to this one too? What were you saying, Nefty?
No, I was going to say that before. I was going to say that Jazz Inc. has mentioned about making the camo tumbler as well as the black tumbler.
I can't wait. Eric, how are you, my friend? Welcome.
Hello.
What I find it funny is that they came up with in their promo pics. They came up with a picture of the camo as well,
Oh, what? Jazz Inc.?
Well, no. Bane. In the Bane pictures, we see the camo.
Oh, no, of course. Well, that's why the camo is, representing him, right? It's obviously not Batman's vehicle, but the one thing they're not showing you is the cannon, right? So if they decide to make it, they're not adding the cannon. Obviously, the jazzing selling point for that tumbler is the cannon. That's why you got all excited and your panties got wet because you saw the cannon. And I said, Hot Toys, because remember, Hot Toys keeps using molds, right? So it's easier for them to reuse even though they made it bigger, right? They made the second tumbler bigger. I can guarantee you they reused a lot of it anyway. Maybe they just changed certain parts to give it a bigger insertion point, no diddy, in the cockpit, no diddy, But besides that, I don't think they really did much of anything differently, because there's not much technology going to it besides the lights. And it's 2 sets of lights, I believe. So it wasn't really that fancy to begin with. So that's why it would be easy money for them. But the thing is, if nobody's buying Bane,
right, they're not gonna
but he goes both ways too. No diddy, because you could have people who are just dying for the vehicle because they missed out on the 1.0, right? And they're all Hot to just please make the vehicle, so I could just buy the vehicle. I don't care for Bane, I just want the vehicle. That could that could happen as well. So that's what I mean, right? It's just I'm thinking of it as them with numbers, right? With those numbers, let's wait until we see a sell or an amount of items sold regarding the Bane to decide whether it's worth putting it up on the market or not. Either way, I think it'll sell regardless. But
with this Bane, you own the original Bane?
Yeah, I got 2.
Besides the body thing that people were swapping out, were there any issues with any of the clothings or anything like that with the old Bane?
No. Well, that for me, nothing. No, nothing. Nothing.
Yeah.
The biggest issue I remember that everybody seemed to complain about is the boss pose, right? That they call when he's grabbing his vest. This one can definitely do it. The old one couldn't do that at all.
Right.
Even
so
with the body?
They had single jointed elbows.
Right.
So you could get him like that, but you couldn't get him in the pose. So a lot of people complained about that.
Well, what people were doing, I don't know if you remember this, Rudy, what people were actually doing was they were actually pulling the arms out of the socket, extending them out a little bit so he could actually hold on to the jacket. And I remember, I'll never forget this. I remember the first time somebody posted that picture, and with that pose, everybody who saw it went nuts on that post. And everybody was like, how'd you do that? Everybody went bonkers over this pose. No, because it was like
everybody wanted that. That's what everybody wanted.
Had seen it, and nobody had it. And even Hot Toys in the promo pictures never showed you any of that. So when somebody did it, everybody's like, oh my God. Whoever I don't remember who it was, but whoever that was must have felt like he had the biggest dick in the community that day. Because let me tell you something. Everybody was on that post like, oh my God. Then once he told everybody what it was, everybody had that post. Everybody had the same pose on that Bane. Everybody.
Yeah.
So Rudy, so tell us how you feel about this. Are you getting this? Is this not interesting for you? Do you collect?
No, this looks awesome. I do collect.
Oh, there he is.
There's the box for it. There you go. But no, I do collect. I passed on this one just because I have the original.
Okay.
And it's one of those things where I have to pick and choose, right? There's a ton of stuff coming out. And I was like, you know what? I'm happy with my original. I like the pose with the jacket. So even though he's got this muscular body, that's not the way that I've ever thought about displaying him. So that's where I was like, you know what? I can live with the original. And the original one still holds up, right? Obviously, this one is an improvement when it comes to the body, the posability, proportions. But that first one is still pretty amazing.
This is my pose right here.
The first one didn't come with this jacket. Nope, I think the first one came with the
sweater,
the black sweater. So you can get him in the sweater pose.
So that's why I bought 2 because I bought 2 because I have the leather jacket with the leather puffy jacket, and then I have the sweater look. Then they came out with I forget what third party company came out with the Bane with the motorcycle helmet and the delivery vest. So I bought that one. But the problem with that one is it's like 15 inches, and the regular Bane, the Hot Toys Bane, is like 12 inches. So it's like humongous compared to the Bane. So now hopefully this one is more up to scale with the with that one, because I needed that look. And together, the height difference is so obvious that it looks ugly next to each other. So I don't even have them near each other. Rudy,
but this is good. This is beautiful though. I'd say this is a 10. Yeah, this is a 10.
One thing that I'm noticing, I don't know if you guys picked it up too, all the detail on the body.
Yeah.
The
They did
scars.
a lot of
Scars,
detail,
yeah.
a lot of scarring, a lot of texture. It looks like definitely they got the back right.
Yep.
But this is a brand new body guaranteed. As you can see, 100% seamless. They didn't even give you what they do for like the Thor. Remember the Thor figures? You can remove the arms at the shoulder. They didn't even bother doing that, which is great. I don't know, is it necessary? Not at all, because you don't need to swap his arms for anything. So it makes sense what they use this body, that they use this body. Also, this look has never been appealing for me at all for whatever reason. That's why I don't even have one like that, just with the long jacket and the sweater.
Go back one more, 2 pictures. Go back. Let me ask you, you guys own the original. Is that the right color for the mask, or is it a different color now, that mask? Because it looks like a green hunter.
No, this is like a dark bluish, like grayish. It looks like, but that's just like it's gonna be dark. Like when you get it in hand, it's just gonna be dark. Yeah, it's not like here you see some like highlights of blue right here. I don't know if you could see right here, right here.
Yeah.
So, but this is like like a dark. It looks, at least from here, like a dark charcoal green.
Yeah.
But again, it's the lighting, so don't go crazy with that. So the one look that I need, obviously, from all the Banes that we've gotten, or at least the ones that I've liked, is this one. So this is going to be my look for this Bane. I don't need his arms exposed, even though that's the whole point of the figure, right? To enjoy and display that beautiful, seamless body. But again, I don't care for it. I don't need him to be with his arms exposed. So it is what it is. Nefty, 1 to 10 for you?
It's going to be a 10. I'm actually going to be able to. I'm going to display him with this coat. And the other Bane, I'm going to display him like that muscular.
Wait, you got 2 in FD?
Yeah, I got 2 of these bad boys because I never was around for the first one. And then when this came out, that I had seen the various clothing, I said, Jesus, what am I going to be doing? Switching them every so often? So I got myself 2 of these bad boys.
Big Dog says, is that jacket pleather or leather? Well, most likely
I think it's
leather.
pleather.
Well, it's pleather because let me tell you, if it would have been leather, you better believe, number 1, Hot Tubs would have told you, and number 2, they would have charged you for it too. So it's 100% pleather. There's no way. And anytime that you see things that may be leather or whatever, always Hot Tubs will always tell you. They'll always let you know that real genuine leather or real whatever leather or leather used, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
They will always let you know. Because they want you to know that when they're charging you for that price, they're for that, for that figure, whatever price that is. That's why it's that expensive or that much. So you don't think, oh, why did this figure go? Why is the price going up? Because they're using real leather. Go ahead, Nefty.
No, I was going to ask you, the first time around with this figure, did third-party companies come up with the jacket like they did with the Nightmare Batman? That third-party companies started doing like the jacket.
I don't remember. That wasn't.
I don't think they do.
No,
I don't think they did. Yeah, and I think the jacket on the original. I don't recall there being that many complaints about that jacket.
Okay.
Like
no, there wasn't. There weren't.
Yeah.
No, there weren't. And even so, back then people were customizing. Like companies that were selling like custom suits and stuff like that. That's what they were mostly doing, was suits, like hoodies, jeans, more for like casual stuff. They weren't really making fancy stuff. So I'm assuming some people were. But it wasn't the norm. It wasn't a mainstream thing. Obviously, people were making customs at the time, so it wasn't like customs weren't a thing. But it wasn't as mainstream as it is now. Like you didn't have companies like Topo. You had people like Tony May doing stuff like that, and it was mostly capes, right? Where he was customizing capes, he was customizing suits for custom figures. So people were doing that, but not so much for jackets like that. Companies like Topo weren't around,
Right.
Topo customizes, and their thing is the tailoring, right? They focus on the tailoring. They focus on the sharpness of the suits, of the outfits, of the clothes, whatever it is, whether it's the Nightmare long jacket, whether it's, a suit, whether it's, whatever it is that they make. Their thing is, very sharp, very professional looking, very realistic looking outfits, which again, that wasn't a thing back then. If I showed you guys an old suit or an old tux from back then compared to something that Topo was making now, you'd be like, what the hell is that garbage? Because it wasn't. No, absolutely, it wasn't a thing. It wasn't.
The fit and the tailoring just wasn't on par of what we're getting.
Correct.
Now.
At all.
Such a world of difference.
I could show you a Tony Stark suit right now that I customized myself, and you would be like, take that off and burn it.
It's terrible.
No, it's horrible. Like that, there was no tailoring. Like it wasn't a thing, you know.
Right.
Carlos says, do you think this Bane will drive the price of the that's the thing, right? Will it? It could. I don't know, because remember that these are bigger figures, right? Remember, these are bigger figures. Remember that the reason why they modified the tumbler, the black tumbler to begin with, was because obviously we had gotten the Batman Begins updated figure, and then we got the Dark Knight DX19, which also was updated. So they felt that they needed to update the tumbler if you wanted to fit the figure in it. So if people are buying this Bane expecting to put Bane inside the camo tumbler, I don't know how well that's going to work out. I don't know how articulated it is to fit in there. If, you know, why would you even bother doing that? As you can see in all the pictures, he's on top, not inside. So do you really need him to fit? Not necessarily. Is the size difference going to matter? I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. So, which I don't think, I don't think it was that big of a deal to begin with, but even though it was modified to fit, to have a bigger cockpit. So I don't know. If you're going to buy this, you're going to buy this, right? I don't think you're waiting for Bane to sell you on this,
Right.
because of the fact that there have been Banes already in the past. So, you're not waiting for this Bane to make up your mind on a tumbler. If you wanted that tumbler or a Bane, they've been around for years already. So I don't think so. You know what I mean?
Right. And even though it's not the camo tumbler, right, you could still get the tumbler on Sideshow. I
Correct.
mean, the regular one, they're always putting them on discount because they probably got a ton of them that they're trying to get rid of. So I don't know.
Caleb says, porch closed. We ain't getting no more plastic. Well, no, we are. They don't come to they don't come to the East Coast. They go to California, the California port side. So they're still good over there. The problem is us getting stuff on the east side. That's the issue right now. So hopefully it'll get cleared up soon, God willing. And let's see. We got Ren the Creator. Welcome, my friend.
Hello!
Guys, don't forget to hit that like button. There's 45 of you guys here. Remember, less is more. The less people, the more likes. Thank you guys for being here. Remember, less is more. Less people in here. We don't need 100 watching. We just need less. We got Killer, right? Bad boy Killer. Caleb says, well, waitlisted before I could pre-order this Bane. I'll get it. Just hope I'm not going to be. No, I don't think so. You'll be fine. I mean, again, unless they made a certain amount that we don't know about, like the what do you call it? Like the crosshair, then that could happen clearly at any moment, right. But I don't think so. Look at Catwoman. She's sitting. I'm still waiting to get her. It looks like I'm going to be saving some money on her. I'm in no rush to get her because, again, clearly she's sitting. If it was something that I'm noticing that is going, I would have been like, you know what? Let me jump on this now. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to play Rudy's game, but with Hot Toys. We got Axel in the house. Welcome, my friend.
Hello!
Thank you for being here. Happy Tuesday. So, all right. So now, I'm going to ask you, Nefty, what are the chances of them making the Tumblr 2.0 camo? Yes or no?
I'll say yeah.
Yeah?
Say yeah, because they're going to go up against Jazink. They know Jazink is coming for it.
Rudy?
I say less than 50. I don't know that they're going to go after it again.
Less than 50 units or less than 50%?
Less than 50%.
Put up a poll. Put up a poll.
Less than 50 units. Yeah, it'll be an exclusive.
If they do less than 50 units, you better believe people are going to be like trying to get.
I know. Then all of a sudden, everybody was a big fan of that camo tumbler.
It was like, oh my god,
with no camo, with no cannon. So, guys, another beauty that dropped. Nobody expected her, even though a lot of people in the community have been asking for her for that movie because of the outfit specifically, right? The way she looked in the movie, that outfit would have been great. Even though we didn't get the dress version, we got this version. Artisan, what's her name? Harley Quinn, right? Obviously, like I said, a lot of people expected her. it's a no-brainer to get a Harley Quinn sculpted. I think a lot of people expected the original Suicide Squad with the two colored hair, ponytails, artisan, but still we get to own a Harley Quinn from the Suicide Squad, the second movie, not the first movie. That's why she looks different. So now let's get right into the head sculpt, because I feel like that's the main thing. The suit, it is what it is, but the head sculpt is the main event. So, Nefty, how do you like this? Are you getting this? Did you expect this, or were you expecting the original Harley Quinn?
I was expecting the original. I don't own a Harley Quinn. I own a Arkham Knight Harley Quinn, but not this Harley Quinn. And this actually will be my first figure with that type of a mouth pose, which just keeps me, kind of thing. I mean, the figure is beautifully, artistically, it's a work of art. But man, that mouth! I mean, I've never owned a figure like that. That mouth is way open, and no matter how you pose it, that mouth is staying like that. Am I gonna get her? Yes, because I don't own any of this Harley Quinn. I like the whole outfit. I like the whole artisan thing. I like the colors and everything. But it's a shame that I'm just gonna have that headpiece, because I'll probably have to find one pose and keep her married to that for the rest of her life, because any other pose will throw off with that. I can make it work.
No, it'll work anywhere. But that is a great point, because that's what they did to the original Harley Quinn as well, with the open mouth, with the ponytails. And that was kind of annoying, because remember that back then there was no rolling eyes either. So wherever she was looking, that's what she was looking.
Right.
So you had to figure out, how are you going to pose her? It was only one way. It was always facing, you know what I mean? Because if you faced her, her body one way and her head the other, that was going to look funky. So it was only one way to put, to display her, besides obviously what went on her hands or in her hands. Now, so that was a good point. The expression, I think, is a fail for Hot Toys because of that. They don't need to do, even though, again, for Birds of Prey, they did two different versions of Harley Quinn, 3 different head sculpts, right? No, two different figures, 3 different outfits, not head sculpt, 3 different outfits. So they didn't do this funky expression for the Birds of Prey figures at all. Her mouth was, I think she was laughing, teeth exposed, and then the other one was kind of smirking, mouth more closed. The open mouth was the original Suicide Squad figure. Now, Giova makes another good point. The moment I saw this artisan, I said, wow, they didn't bother doing her sculpted. I'm going to tell you why. And it doesn't make sense what I'm about to say, because they've done this, right? What I was going to say was, they didn't want to bother making this sculpted most likely because of the braid, right? Look what they used the braid for, as part of the figure, as an accessory, right? They use her hair as a pose, right? Meaning it's something that she does. She's always twirling her hair. So can you do that with a sculpted hair braid? Absolutely. The problem is it's going to look funky. It's not going to bend properly, and it could break, right? How soft or how malleable can you make that thick plastic braid? If you sculpt it, it won't look as good.
Right.
But the fact that they could have done it and chose not to tells you we don't want to bother with this. Because I can tell you, Giova makes a great point, because they're losing out on a ton of money not making this sculpted. Rudy, go ahead.
I think this, first of all, totally unexpected release, right?
Yeah.
And I think it goes back to that whole point of, you never know with Hot Toys. Just because they haven't touched a license in forever doesn't mean that we're not going to get a figure from the line, right? Because we all thought they were basically done, right? We all thought we were getting King Shark, we were getting Peacemaker from the Peacemaker show, and that was it, right?
Yeah.
So people were asking for this for a while. I like the look. I think the suit, I know the dress is what she wore for most of the movie, but this is more in line with that comic look that she has. So I like that. I actually don't mind the expression. I think
Really?
it screams Harley Quinn to me, because it's got that crazy
but
personality to her.
But think about it. Remember that for Birds of Prey, she looked one way, right? None of those head
Right.
sculpts had this mouth open. So I'm assuming that that's her, that's her trademark look for these movies, right? The mouth open and to look like she's crazy,
Right.
that crazy laugh.
Yeah.
But it's like that is not her only look. Why out of the two iconic, because obviously Birds of Prey, that movie was trash and it didn't do anything, and nobody thinks about it, nobody talks about it, right? So those figures might as well not even exist. So we're talking about the Suicide Squad, the original one, and then this one, right?
Right.
Why
but remember,
both?
we also got 3 from Suicide Squad, right? Because we got the prison suit version, we got the
but
the
even
dress
those
version.
were out of scale. Even those figures were out of scale. Like, for example, the Prisoner was completely out of scale. Like, she's tiny compared to every other one. And then the Dancer, which who cares about that? But the one that people really cared about is the one I'm talking about, which was with the double, with the 2 colored ponytails.
No,
But
listen, I think it's a valid point, right? That it would have been nice to have, just like they did with Peacemaker, where you didn't want that just face with the tongue out, right? You wanted to have the ability to have a more muted face.
Correct.
So I get the appeal to having 2 different looks.
Yep.
For me, well, I understand that. I don't mind what we're getting here. But I do get the people that don't necessarily want that super expressive look.
Right.
I understand that. But for me, I saw this and I thought, just again, screams that personality to me. It looks great, right? And the suit looks great. Everything so for me, this was one of those that I saw and I didn't think about like, oh, I could have used another head sculpt. For me, it was like, this is one I'm going to try to get, and it just sucks that we're gonna have to get on the queue.
Yeah, that's good.
And I know to Martin K brings up too that the original one, like you said, the one that we got with that original suit, she has a very similar, if not the same, expression. So again, it would be nice to have 2 different ones. So I get it.
That's my point.
I still don't mind it. I still don't mind it. I think it's just the personality's there. If a figure for me is going to have that, it's her.
Harold, my friend, welcome. My issue and my only issue is you could have given us another expression because you already gave us this for the original one, for the one that was good at least, right? The one that was great. Give us something different. And she could have been pulled off, any other expression ever. And and exactly what you said. This is her look. This is how, when you see her, this is her icon. If you pay attention to all the trailers, she's always, that look is always there. So I get it. But it's like, man, give us something different. Give us something new. So here it is with the rolling eyeballs. Now, how do you see the likeness? I'm going to tell you the likeness is not a 10 for me right now at all.
Right.
It's very subtle, though. I'm going to tell you this. It's very subtle. And I think what's throwing her off, it's this red lines here.
Yeah, 100%
from her face.
Yep.
Because
100%.
They're giving her this weird look to her face that doesn't belong there, and it's only being caused by these red lines. So
you can see it in that second picture where her eyes are like where they're rolling them to the side. That look is a little bizarre. I'm with you guys
because
on
it's
that
very dark. It makes it way too dark, so it looks funky. But if you could figure out a way to look at her and not stare at this, you see her face 100%, and she looks great with that. If you, I mean, without that, if you remove this, she would have been a 10 all day long. But because of this, it throws off. Maybe in hand, it'll look incredible. Obviously, we're just talking about in the pictures, and obviously, these pictures are more detailed, right? They're close up. You see all the grain and all the paint and all the speckles of paint on her. So obviously, this is going to be, in your face, which is good to see up close, but obviously in hand, you're not going to sit there with the figure in your eyes. So you're not really going to worry about that as much, but it still matters because if it looks like crap in hand, then we have a problem. Nefty.
They could have done 2 artisan, one like this and one deluxe with a second artisan head sculpt. Given the fact that everybody's breaking rules this week, why not?
I think a great idea for these artisan figures would be if they came rooted, right? Artisan with the wool and then a spare sculpted head sculpt. I think
that would be cool.
I think that would be the best thing. I think.
I mean, it's going to be more money. It's going to be more money.
So with the amount of money that they're charging us for these artisan, I think they could be included because all they're doing is as if they were making, two different figures. They do it all the time,
Right.
So why wouldn't they? Rudy, 1 to 10.
You know what? Even though the eyes are throwing it, this was a home run for me. So I'd say this is a 10.
And
Even though the eyes
you're
are,
hoping to get
I'm hoping to get it right. I'm gonna have to. How many are there? There are like 3,000 of her or something like that.
I saw 500. I guess that's only over in
3,000 worldwide.
Yeah, I saw 500 in Hong Kong, so I don't know.
But yeah, I definitely want to get this. I mean, I thought I was done with DC, or at least with this iteration of DC, right until the Gunverse comes in. But
that's not what you said. You didn't say you were done with DC. You said you were done with licensed.
Get the hell out of here.
Oh man, how do you feel about this weapon?
I like it, but she uses that with the red dress.
That's
So if anything, is that like a little
wait? Don't
sign
say
that
it.
we might be getting?
I was gonna say. Go ahead. I was gonna say.
Is that a little sign that we're getting the red dress?
That hey,
Yeah.
let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. They could easily do it. This head sculpt is already made. Okay.
Right.
So they could easily just put a dress on her and say, "Are you going to say no to another 3,000 of these?" Absolutely not.
Right.
And then don't forget, Thunder Toys came out with her, and her dress looks very nice. So you could also swap the head from here and put it on that one. The problem is that neck post may not work because you remember they're changing these neck posts now, or the neck pegs at least. Nefty, 1 to 10.
I'm gonna go with a 9. Hopefully, when I have it in the hand, it turns into a 10. But like I said, it's my first Harley, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna be on the queue, ready to rock and roll.
How does it feel not having a single Harley Quinn but 10 jazzing vehicles?
Time, man.
Oh my god!
Look at how nice that looks, though. The blended, the black and red ponytail.
Beautiful.
The pigtails, that looks great.
Beautiful. I'm telling you, this artisan. And look, another sign of why they call it artisan. Look, sculpted. What do you call it? Oh my god, what's the word?
What, the hairline?
No, when you design, not with design, styled hair,
right,
from the beginning, from the front, right, which Lady Pool didn't get that. All she had was a back ponytail. So even though it was wool, it wasn't artisan because there was no actual work done to the scalp. As you can see, this is 100% somebody had to glue all this hair on. There's your artisan, right? Lady Pool didn't have that, so there's nothing to artisan. That's why they didn't call it artisan. Very basic suit, the outfit, nothing crazy, nothing, these are colors from the movies. It's highly detailed recreation of Harley Quinn's outfit. Yeah, we just saw that. Again, very basic, very, very basic, nothing crazy. The reason why you would get something like this is because you want a Harley Quinn. You love Harley Quinn. That's it. I love the back with this bag that she comes with, the bazooka, obviously. And this is, I don't know if you remember, but this is Nick Fury's bazooka.
Yeah, from Avengers.
From Avengers. I think that's it. I think they used the same one, if I'm not
Yep.
mistaken. And so she's got a pistol. She's got that huge spear. And that's it. Here's the wool hair implantation. So, again, very basic, but it's a must for any collection. If you're a collector, if you're a seller, then you don't need this. So let's get into our next topic, guys. Because this is it. Yeah. So now, finally, we get to finish our Bad Batch line with tech. Guys, I'm going to tell you this right now. This is my favorite Bad Batch figure out of every single one. Okay? The fact that it looks like you could put the helmet on with like on the head sculpt, like over the head sculpt, and leave the goggles on. That to me is the best thing, because remember that for every other one you have to take off the head to put the helmet on, which I think is very annoying. And I think at this level of the game, who was that company? Art Figures. Art Figures came out with their what was the Aquaman guy? King something.
Orin?
Yes. Yes. So
Yeah.
Oren came out with his helmet that you can actually, it goes over his head and it fits perfectly. It doesn't damage the head at all, doesn't scratch, it doesn't ruin it, and you could easily remove it as well. So it looks like Hot Toys is doing this with this figure, at least from the pictures. I love it. I love the look. The head sculpt, even though it looks very good, he looks aged. I don't know why. He looks like an old man. I don't know if that's what he's supposed to look like. Obviously he's a cartoon, so I don't know why there's so much detail. Maybe in hand it looks different, but the fact that you could do this, I think that's very sexy. Every other Bad Batch figure that I own is displayed with the helmets off. I have a feeling that this may be the first one and only one with the helmet on, just because I think it looks so sexy. Nefty, go ahead.
Yeah, no, this is actually going to be a completed line for me once I get this bad boy in, and I started thinking about it. I mean, very few lines that I have are completed because they're always missing someone. But yeah, I'm excited about this. Been waiting a long time for him, and I just found it weird with Crosshair that he was such a limited figure, because I remember when he came out, he was there, people bought him, and then one day, boom, he was gone, and frenzy has come out of it. But yeah, this is a good figure. I see myself displaying it as well with the goggles and the helmet, make him look like all robot. I don't. I think, yeah, I do have the other figures displayed with the head sculpt. Yeah, and maybe holding the helmet. But this one definitely fully helmeted is the way to go. That's how I like how this figure looks.
Big Doe says they look badass together. Now we need Omega. I think Omega's coming down the line 100%.
Which Omega? Baby Omega, Teen Omega?
I think it'll be teen at that, at some point. I don't think that the child one. I mean, it should. They did all these Bad Batch figures are from season 1 anyway. So I don't know, if they would do the child, what body would they use? You know what I mean? So I think it'll be teen for that reason. But we'll see. The Bad Batch line is not complete. We don't have Imperial Crosshair or Omega.
Well, Imperial Crosshair would be a variant at that point, right? At that point, it's just another look of Crosshair.
Right.
Omega, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
They'll definitely do the Imperial Crosshair 100%, especially with the fact that how low numbers it was for whatever reason. I think they'll definitely make that if it's a thing. Like I said, I haven't watched the show, so if it's a thing, definitely. Omega would come with a companion piece. Oh, there you go. So that's how they would make her. Now the head sculpt, Rudy. How do you like?
Fine. It's okay. Again, I'm not. I like the. I didn't get into this line, but I did like the fact that each trooper, right, each member of the Bad Batch has their own personality, their own kit. It looked very much like a more modern, team, like a special forces unit, right, where each one has their own specialty. So I thought that was cool. I think they look great, right? I just, for some reason, this sculpt compared to the other ones we've seen, it seems, I don't know, soft is the word, but it just seems a little different. But overall, a solid figure, just not something for me at this point.
This guy, unbelievable. Yeah, where is she? Where is she, Albert? Where's White Leia? Where's Escape Leia?
Don't start. Ash is gonna come in and say we're the Wolverine figure.
Exactly, because like I told you, peasants, there's no Leia coming unless she's updated 100%. There's no way she's coming. Period. It's that simple. Deadpool, 100% coming. What were you saying, Nefty?
No. It's talking about Ash and his Deadpools.
Yep.
Now, Nefty, dislikes and likes about the figure.
Not really much dislike on it. Like I said, I did the head sculpt is soft, but to me it's not a big deal because I'm not going to be displaying him with the head sculpt. It's all fully helmeted up, and he completes the line. So I only have good things to say about this figure and the Bad Batch in its entirety. I enjoyed the show, and so yeah, I'm looking forward to adding this bad boy.
Rudy, question for you.
Yeah.
How do you feel? Do you feel taken advantage of, or do you feel ripped off at all when you see, like, for example, look at what is this? Hunter, I think this is Hunter. Look at how much plastic he's got on, right? All this stuff, right? He's got the abs, he's got all this stuff. Look at Tech. It's literally all black suit, right?
Right.
It's all black suit, a couple panels, obviously the helmet, and then the sculpted, the molded pouches and the straps, and that's it. Do you feel ripped off at all when you see a figure like this, or do you think it is what it is?
No, I think it's more of it is what it is, right? Ultimately, yes, might Hot Toys or any company take some shortcuts to save some money for themselves as they put this together? Sure. But they're also trying to recreate what we saw on screen, right? So I think if anything, if you have kind of an issue with the gear and the way it's designed, it's more of a Bad Batch design issue, right? More than a Hot Toys thing at this point.
Gotcha.
So I wouldn't necessarily feel like Hot Toys went the cheap route, because I think they're trying to give us what we saw on screen. So I think that's how I measure Hot Toys. Is did they give us something that's close to what we saw on the screen? That's pretty much it.
Fabs, look at your WhatsApp app. Something they just showed on Facebook, and I sent it to you. It kind of dropped.
I've been sending you tons of stuff when we're talking on Facebook Messenger.
Oh, wait.
I don't want to mention it until you mention it.
Yeah, no, I won't bring it up until later on.
Yeah, I'm sending you the same thing. Sending you a bunch of stuff on Messenger so you could pull it up as they.
Oh my God, I just got it, Rudy.
I sent you a bunch of stuff.
Oh my God, guys!
Oh my God! I just saw this one.
Peasants. All right, so Nefty, 1 to 10, so we can move on.
I'm gonna go with a 10 with this bad boy.
10.
Yep.
Rudy.
I'll go 9. I don't think there's anything wrong with him. I think the sculpt is a little
funky,
off. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, I love this helmeted look. 100%, very sexy, very badass, very techy, right? With the visor that moves up and down. Really, really nice. I'm very excited for this.
Fabs, they're just coming in right now. They're just dropping. Boom, boom,
they're
boom.
dropping because it opens.
Crazy, bro.
But the Nefty, we still have to talk about
I know.
The in-art figures, Fabs' favorite Lord of the Rings figures.
Yeah, so we're gonna get started now. We're getting started. So what do you want?
Disclaimer.
Wait. Oh my God, Rudy.
What?
I'm just getting yours. Somebody had.
I'm sending you a bunch of stuff, man.
Yeah. Nefty just sent me one of the ones you sent me. Oh my God.
I'm like,
what is happening?
It's going crazy right now, bro.
Yo, guys, you don't even know. Guys, you don't even know what's happening right now.
What time is it over there right now?
It's like 9:40 in the morning, I think.
9:42
a.m. Walking in and then.
Yup, that's exactly what's happening.
Oh,
all
man.
right, so let's get started. So first, guys, we're gonna watch the fire. Okay, we got some fire first and foremost. Okay, then we're gonna get right into everything else. So here we go. So that's the actual video, and here is the actual post. Shout out to Babo. So I'm gonna pull this up and I'm gonna pause it. So we're gonna start with, as you can see here, the first one we see in the back, we see Beetlejuice, right? But here we see Alien from Romulus. Very quickly, before we get started.
Let me repeat for the fucking billionth time.
This is what I told you, peasants, about aliens. And I've been telling you this from the very first day that I started streaming. And somebody asked me this question too, specifically about what was coming from Romulus. And this was my exact answer. I hope whoever asked me that question is here, because I'm going to tell you exactly what I told you that day when you asked. The question was, do you expect any figures from Romulus? My response was, Hot Toys, and again, I've said this forever. Hot Toys will always make Predators, Aliens, Back to the Future, Terminator, RoboCop, all of these movies that are classics that are very popular and they make money with. Okay. The other thing I said was nobody in that trailer, right, from the Romulus trailer, was anybody that I recognized as an actor. There was everybody on there that again, for me, I didn't recognize their face. I didn't recognize any big name actors there. So they're all nobodies in that sense. So why would Hot Toys come out with a figure with actors that nobody knows? So my response was, we're not going to get people. We're most likely going to get aliens because Hot Toys will always make aliens, Predators, blah, blah, blah. So here we are. You're welcome, peasants. So, Rudy, how excited is this for you? Are you excited to get another alien? We remember the last one we got was the alien, the warrior alien from
Aliens.
From Aliens, right? It was a remake too. It was a reissue. It was an updated reissue at that because it came with the bloody, with the battle damaged blood,
the blood splatter. Yeah.
Right. So, how exciting is this for you? As you can see, there's not much to it. There's never going to be much to an alien besides obviously the second mouth opening. Maybe different claws, maybe those bloody effects. They'll never give you slime, which would be cool coming out of their mouth, right? That would be a cool feature to add to these things, at least at this level in the game. But what do you think of this, and what do you dislike about it?
No, I think it's awesome, right? Because I agree with you. If they were going to make anything, and I think like Prey was a perfect example of that, right? They didn't give us, I think her name was Naru, right? The main character. Right. And I think she had more of a presence. I would pick up a figure of her with the dog. That would be like a home run. So a third party, someone make it to be a companion figure to Prey, to the Predator, because I think that would be awesome. But I think that gave you an idea of what Hot Toys was going to do here. And Romulus actually did, I think it did pretty well. Not a huge hit, but a decent hit. Everything I've heard is that it's a pretty good movie too. I haven't watched it yet. This is awesome, right? This is a great, I'm looking forward to seeing what improvements Hot Toys has made in the time since they've done all those last aliens, because they had the rubber bodies, they had some issues with the joints. So it'll be great to get a modern version of the Predator. And this, even though there's slight variations, it's probably as close to the classic as we've gotten so far. I think this is awesome. And
one more thing too, the last Predator, the last alien we got, the warrior alien, that has been pretty good. When it came to the body and all that stuff, no issues with that body, no issue with peeling, no issue. I mean, it wasn't rubberized like they used to be, but it's still holding on. It's not, it's not breaking, at least, not that I'm touching it every week, but it didn't feel cheap at the time. It's still, like I said, perfectly fine now. So it looks like they've only gotten better. So that's a good thing. Nefty, what do you like about this? What do you hate about this? Are you excited for this?
I'm excited for the figure. I wasn't around for the original Aliens, and I do love my Aliens. I'm looking forward to this. I'm hoping that this, just hoping it serves as a stepping stone. If it does well in the selling for Hot Toys, that they may want to revisit the other Aliens reissues from the past, especially if they've improved with this figure, having none of the issues that the original one. And if they see that this is a moneymaker for them, my hope with this figure is that they can somehow go back to the older figures and bring them back. But this one, I'm getting it. I'm loving it, and I'm just hoping and praying for future aliens of the past being reissued.
They will. I think they will eventually. Not in the sense of like how you think. Like, for example, we were having this conversation backstage, Rudy and I, about the Ripley and the Power Loader 2.0. We're gonna get stuff like that, right? When it comes to aliens, we're gonna get stuff like that. We may even get another alien from that movie if they decide to, whenever they decide, not if, whenever they decide to come out with that product, there has to be some type of alien companion for the Power Loader, right? So I think that's a possibility as well. Rudy,
before we jump in, actually, there's one thing that was curious to me, and we're going to talk about it obviously with what Blitzway is doing, but we've had the conversation too when we see third-party figures, right? Third-party companies dropping some figures that seem like out of nowhere, right? Like Present Toys dropped those Ghostbusters, right? And then Star Ace dropped them. Now Blitzway's dropping them. You guys remember Present Toys also dropped a Ripley, right?
Yeah.
That
The tank
from
top.
Aliens,
The tank top one, yeah.
and I look as a third-party king. Of course, I ordered that one, but part of me has the thought then. Is this something that there are rumors going across that everybody's privy to? Is it something that Hot Toys is already working on, right? And that's why some of these companies are trying to beat them to the punch, right? Because that's the game. It's who can get theirs out first, get some sales before Hot Toys.
But that doesn't happen with everything. Can you imagine if that happened with everything? Like, how would you pick and choose which figures do you think
you can't know? You can't know, right? But it's more just in line with what we're seeing from Hot Toys now, because I think you're 100% right. I think Ripley 2.0 is coming up, right? And they did the two. They did the one with the power loader, which we saw teased how many years ago?
Yep.
Right? And if you're going to make that Ripley with the power loader, there's no reason you couldn't make a Ripley from the final scene with all the guns and all the weapons. So I think it's going to be interesting to see what Hot Toys does, if anything, because who knows, right?
A Ripley artisan.
Gina,
it's possible.
They could. Absolutely, they could. Gina, no, I can't zoom in on this page. Sorry. But we're gonna show you pictures of all that stuff.
We have better pictures. Yeah, we have better pictures too, though.
Don't worry about that. We're gonna show you everything. So here is the alien. It says on the bottom Romulus as well, right there. So it's 100% from that movie. Here we have the Predator, huh?
As a tail.
Long tail.
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh yeah.
Then you got the Predator, obviously, the Samurai Predator. We know about this already. I got my copy. Shout out to Jeremy Casa for being around. I got my copy through him with the crest, peasants. And so here is Jungle Predator. It looks like so this is again another thing that Hot Toys will never stop making. It's a no-brainer for them to continue making these products because they're classic. Everybody's gonna always want them. Now, Nefty, how do you feel about Predators in general? Do you only like Aliens? Do you like Predators too?
Oh, no, I love.
Do you own any Predators, or are they old inert?
Negative. These two will be my first Predator. And it's like it's going through a cycle, the collecting world, right? I mean, we're for those that came in late into the game, we're gonna have a choice of having a version of a Predator and a version of Aliens. And now we see what Blitzway is doing when we talk about that. But it seems like it's a cycle that you may not be getting the originals of those characters, but they're coming back around for those of us that have missed out on that. And for example, the Aliens, even though I could have gone back and picked one up, they were having so many issues that for the money that they're currently asking with those issues kind of frightened me. I'm like, no, you know. So this is a no-brainer for me. These two Predators, they're coming home. And again, kind of like what I said before, I hope this, if it sells good, Hot Toys can see that and they can bring back some of the older Predators at a 2.0, you know, engineered differently, whatever, upgraded, to give us collectors a chance, you know?
Rudy.
Oh, dude, I'm excited. I've got the original, right? The first one some of the first kits we got that we had to put together, the Lost Predators. I've got some of the AVP kits, and then I have the first one that came from the first movie, right? From the original movie that they released. Then they did the Predators where we got the Super Preds, right? And then they had the classic one with the broken helmet and the hologram. So I'm all in on the Predator line. So even though this is technically, I'm again curious what the upgrades are. Look, this is like how you say you've got Iron Man and you had all those Mark 50s with the different accessories. I could have one pose without the helmet. Yep. I can have one pose with the helmet, right? Yep. There's so many looks. So I want to see what the upgrades are, but more than likely this one, the Jungle Predator, is coming home. And then I'm hoping to get my hands on that Samurai Predator as well.
And remember, it's not only helmet off, helmet on, it's helmet off, open mouth, closed mouth, or helmet on, you know, so which those two looks change the entire figure too.
Oh yeah.
Rudy, how many Predators was that? in the past? If you know,
lot.
They made a ton. They made a ton. And then not only that, they made 2.0s. Like I have,
Right.
you remember, I have the Wolf Predator from AVP Requiem. The original one that they did was a kit.
The kit,
and then they did two. I think they did 2 other versions that were fully assembled.
Yeah.
I still have the kit version, which I love. That figure,
Yeah, I have
the proportions are definitely wacky.
They're very
right?
thin,
but
they're very thin.
He's a very thin guy, but
yeah.
But then they did from the end of Predator 2 when Danny Glover goes into the ship, right? They were Hot Toys was releasing like those were the convention specials. We were getting like one of those
Kodo
lost
farm with the Kodo farm, the
Yep.
the Predator 2 Predator with the what was it? What was the name of that one? Hunter, Predator?
Hunter,
Yeah.
City Hunter, and then
City
you got the Elder Predator from that, and then you had like Lost Predator.
Yep.
You had a bunch of different, different
Falconer,
maps,
the Falconer. You had everybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mitchell, welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. Let me catch up with you guys real quickly. I feel these polls are somewhat biased. What? Oh, he's doing the polls.
Well,
thank you, William. William's doing the polls.
Oh, is he?
Hit the button for more polls. There you go. Guys, don't forget to hit that like button. There's 45 of you guys in here. Remember, less is more, guys. We don't need 100 watching. We just need you 46. Hit that like button. Thank you guys for being here. Fabs, what kind of poll? Guys, just to make it very clear, I am not doing polls. The polls are done by William Cotier. Okay? So he's the one doing the polls. So anything that's coming up, it's him. So ask him, not me. I'm not doing it. I haven't done polls ever because I don't know how. He's doing them for me. So whatever's going on, it's him. So blame him. Blame his Mexican ass. Beloved City Hunter 3.0. Tuli, my friend, welcome.
Konnichiwa means what's up.
Mitchell says they did the Lost Tribes Super Predator and AVP Pred. Let's see. Oh my God, polls are great, William. See, William, you peasant bum. Unbelievable.
William is elevating the stream right there.
You know how many people told me, oh, the polls were so much fun. They were great, blah, blah, blah. And I tell him, I say, William, they loved them. He goes, yeah, okay. I'm like, you peasant bum.
With the upgrades that came on Predators, if you have them, the 2.0, 3.0, were there issues or they were taken care of from the originals? If you know,
you know what, the newer ones were fine, but some of those Lost Predators, I like the way they looked, but the armor was a little loose, right? It was the biggest issue I had was with the Super Predators from Predators, because the gear, the armor is held together with pleather. So the pleather starts rotting on those, and if some of those go, so does the armor. So you got to try to fix that up a little bit. That's the issue I had with the Super Preds.
One figure that I never got that I really wanted was the Pred Alien Forever, the regular and the battle damage. Never got.
I had that one and I sold it because I
like a true
because I'm
peasant.
Look, learn from me, people. Don't do the stuff that I've done. Don't sell your Pred Alien.
Trust me, I tell people.
Don't be rude.
If you're in the collecting community, don't be selling your stuff like a peasant. Okay, if you're trying to collect, what are you selling? Obviously, if you're selling that's your own problem. But if you're trying to collect and you're trying to grow a collection and you're trying to be a collector, stop selling your stuff, because you know what happens. And I've talked about this. Actually, let me remind you guys. Let me repeat for the fucking billionth time. Every single time. I forgot what I was going to say.
But look, everybody sells for a reason, right? And I think
no, that's what I was saying. So
I sold for space. I didn't
stop.
Right, that was the thing.
So I tell everybody. One of them was TK421. Shout out TK421. I said, so this is what tends to happen. You'll have figures, right? You'll sell them for whatever reason. It's your business. It ain't nobody's business but yours, right? You'll sell them for whatever reason. What happens is down the line, Hot Toys will come out with something else that belongs with that line. And then what happens every single time? What do peasants say every single time? Oh, man, I had that figure, but I sold it. Oh man, I had the figure that goes with that one, but I sold it. Happens every time. And then a lot of times also, what happens on top of that? People go backwards to buy the figure that they sold and have to pay more money for it now that it's years later.
Yep. No, that's true.
So this is why I tell you guys, don't sell your stuff. Whoever wants to be a collector, right? You guys follow whoever wants to follow me because I'm a collector. You follow me, hopefully for my tips and what I could offer you guys personally. So what do I tell you guys all the time? Don't sell your stuff. I sell stuff all the time. I've never sold any of my personal stuff. The only time I sold something that was personal was one time. It was to William. It was that Mantis figure by Super Duck that I had made. And that was it. That was the only one I had. I sold it to him as a favor because he's helped me out with so many things, and I told you guys plenty of times about it. So that's the only time I sold anything, and it was a custom that I had put together. But when it comes to my personal stuff, why am I selling my personal? So then what am I collecting? If I'm going to be selling, what am I collecting? So that's why I tell you guys, don't do that. Again, what you do with your collection is nobody's business.
But no, look, because and that's why we all do things for whatever reason, right? But then look at me. I have regrets. Like there's some pieces I moved that I don't regret selling, but stuff like the Pred Alien, I go back and I'm like, why did I do it?
Right.
Nobody's ever going to make that one again.
Correct.
Because I doubt Hot Toys is going to revisit that one.
It's
like
exactly, and that's what hurts. That's why I'm not saying that I don't sell my stuff for that reason. No, I don't sell it because I'm collecting. Right? Why am I buying to sell? No, I'm collecting. But on top of that, if I had to sell something, I would rather not buy whatever's coming out than have to sell my old stuff, because the old stuff is more meaningful to me, even though now we know that it has no value whatsoever. Right? They're still very meaningful because a lot of these figures are never going to be made again. So that's why I keep them.
Look, that's a lesson I learned too, because like I said, I sold some of those figures. I have not sold a figure in, I think my kids were tiny, so now they're maybe 8 or 9 years, because same thing. I was like, you know what? No, not anymore. So yeah, I'm stuck with some old plastic Iron Man figures, right? That people are probably like, whatever, but dude, I love having my collection. I love my figures, so no more selling for the moment.
So now explain to the people in the chat, the 52 in the chat, guys. Don't forget to hit the like button. Remember, less is more. Explain to them why you had to sell something like that.
Oh, and that was like my personal situation. I was living in an apartment, right? I had a very limited space to display. It was like one corner, one of these cabinets was in one of the corners, and that was it. So I was trying to rotate things out. I wasn't going to pay for a storage unit, so everything was in like the 2 closets that we had in the apartment. My wife was ready to kill me because it was all brown shipper boxes like you see there. And then we were fortunate enough to get a house. I got an entire basement, which we've been waiting for. Module Cases, they keep telling me any day now, right? But the point is, now I have the opportunity to have space to display all this, and now that's where I'm like, I should have kept those pieces, those figures, because I would have had the space to show them. So I did it for space constraints more than anything.
No, I thought you were just being like, I got to sell this so I could get the new one type story. You know?
No, it was never that. Look, I like my figures, and like I'm very similar to you. Like, I would not personally want to sell some of my older figures because I got them for a reason, right? I got them because I like them.
Exactly.
And I'm not. My style of collecting isn't that way. I like to maybe collect too much, but I'd rather keep my old pieces. That's pretty much it.
Let me ask you, does this seem that this, what do they call it, Wonderfest, has given us more figures than this year's San Diego Comic-Con and the Summer Fest thing?
100%.
Because I'm looking at Facebook and it's like, boom, 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 boom. Like, NR just blew up right now with all the drops. Blitzway.
Not only that, right? Like, Blitzway, Hot Toys, InArt, 3-0, I think, is there.
Yes.
Right? And then I even saw, I'm waiting for the Damn Toys booth, because Damn Toys doesn't show up at any convention, and then they're there. So I'm curious to see what they've got, right? Because they used to do some licensed figures. This is probably the show right now, because compared to everything else has been kind of.
Let me get to the super chat real quickly.
Yeah.
We got Luch. It says, that's it. The Luch is going to postpone the wedding. Perdóname, mi amor, te quiero. This guy is unbelievable.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
No, thank you, bro.
No, you.
No, thank you, bro.
Thank you.
No, thank you, bro.
No, seriously, you.
No, seriously, thank you, bro.
No, for real, you.
No, thank you.
Thank you, my friend. Look at that. He's taking from the wedding fund. Unbelievable. Somebody's gonna get in trouble, and it ain't me. Also, guys, let's get to the next item on this. So, as you can see, you could only see the back of these. So we're gonna get right into the actual pictures because there's no point in hiding it anymore. I think everybody knows by now. So we're gonna get right to what those images are. So first, let's start with these, right? So we started with the tease of all that stuff. We haven't seen the Scarecrow yet, right? Which is another figure that is a very, I guess people are excited for this. I guess people are waiting for this. So here is the next Scarecrow. I'm assuming it's going to be from the Batman trilogy line because it's using the same style of base as Catwoman and Bane. Also, as you can see over here, it's Tony Stark. I have the image of where he's from, which is here. So this is the Tony Stark that we're getting from Hot Toys right here. Also, this is the battle damage Vader that we already got for pre-order. Also here, there's a picture of Darth Maul. Looks like it could be Savage Opress. Not sure yet. We're going to zoom in a little bit. And here, guys, as you can see, this turns out to be the T-1000. Let's also get to the next image. So here are the close-ups, Gina, so you can see. Still can't zoom in, but at least you can see them a little bit better. So this is the same image we just pulled up before. Here is the second one. Again, here is the T-1000 in the back. This is the T-800 from T2, and then there's the T-800 battle damage that we already got for pre-order. The T2 T-800, it's already for the ones who saw the teased head sculpt on, I forget whose Instagram it was. I guess the sculptor, whoever did it, posted it, and people started questioning, oh, what is this about? Well, that's what it's about, the 800 being there. Also, here we got another shot of things that already, some of them were teased already. For example, we got Grievous, which here it is. Darth Maul from, it looks like the Clone Wars. Here it is. Savage Opress right here, which we knew. I know I mentioned this when they had updated when we had teased the new Darth Maul that came for pre-order with the speeder, but with the Sith speeder. So that was already in the pipeline because I remember speaking on it. Here is Jar Jar Binks. Here is the what was it? The Death Trooper from Ahsoka, I believe. And so now, and here is, I guess, Darth Vader, the battle damage Darth Vader. So let's go with you, Rudy. How are you surprised by any of this?
No, I think Savage is the one that,
Yes.
Not surprising, but that's the one that's the most exciting to me right now. I think we were expecting that they were going to announce it at some point, but to see him in person, I think that's pretty awesome right now.
Guys, there's 46 of you guys here and only 35. Guys, hit that like button. Don't be weird on my stream, please. Don't make me block all of you. Remember, less is more. So hit that like button. Don't be peasants. Yeah, exactly. Finger that damn like button, peasants. Unbelievable. In here, can't even hit the like button. Selfish peasants. Nefty, are you surprised by any of this, or are you excited by all of it?
I'm excited about this bad boy getting a real Hot Toy version of it because this obviously is a third party, and so it'll complement each other. The one we saw in the booth there, the new version of the Hot Toys coming out, because that one from what I saw, he's completed. He's in a suit, not wearing this ripped up straitjacket.
Right.
So I'm looking forward to that. Salvaggio Press, that one as well. And everything in there. Jar Jar, Grievous. Can't wait. My wallet's gonna hurt.
Rudy, how excited are you for this beauty?
You know, I'm probably more excited than a lot of people.
Why?
Because I think with all the other figures that are dropping, I think this one's going to fall under the radar a little bit. You know, civilian Tony Stark with from the that Back to the Future scene in Endgame. There's nothing wrong with him, but I just think there's so much else that's coming out right now that this was just going to fly under the radar a little bit. For me, this is exciting because I feel like having this Tony Stark, it's from one of those moments in the movie that definitely was pretty memorable. So I'm going to be looking to pick them up. But again, I don't know how appealing this is going to be.
I was gonna say, like, think about it. Like, how you can't get any more basic than this, right? There's
Right.
nothing to this figure at all, right? The
Right.
expression is not that great. That head sculpt is not that great.
I noticed that too. Yeah.
You would buy this exactly for what you said, right? You remember it's a memorable line in the scene in the movie, right? You remember that's when he met his father. You remember all these things. So that's why it would be a special figure to own. That's why I would buy it, right? But
Right.
when it comes to the actual figure, what is there to be excited about? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
absolutely nothing. There's nothing to the figure. There's nothing. Even the head sculpt. You could say, "Oh my God, the head sculpt's incredible." That smirk is not good. Okay.
Once you see the up close pictures that somebody posted, there's something a little off, right? It's not there. Again, they've done so many. Hot Toys has done so many better Tony Stark head sculpts at this point that this just doesn't seem to be it. And I think it would have been almost more appealing to have him and also have a Steve Rogers from that scene in the army uniform.
Yes.
You know, in the olive green
Yes.
overalls with the captain
Yep.
cap. I think if you had gotten the two of them together,
Absolutely.
I think it would have been a little bit more appealing, right? Than just a single one.
Now that you bring that up, that could be, because remember, it's an easy, they could use obviously they would redo it. They would have to redo it.
Right.
But they could reuse any of the Captain America 2012 version head sculpts. They could put that on a green, old school military suit, and there's your Captain America. And that's gonna exactly what you said. That's gonna make you want to buy this to have them together. Absolutely.
Right.
So
that was a memorable scene of having the two of them together.
Correct.
Right.
So that's not totally crazy. Martin says, didn't they do a Scarecrow back then? Yeah, way back then they did. They did. It came out when the demon Batman came out for Batman Begins. Right. They had a double pack of those two, and obviously I believe you could get them single, a separate as well. I got them as a double pack together when I got my set. So that's the only one they've ever made. They never reissued it. They never remade it. They never bothered.
You have it there?
Huh?
You have it there? You can pull it out?
I have it, yeah. The one that you have, I have also, and I bought it.
No, this is a third party.
No, I know, I have it too. I bought it because of that head sculpt that you have on it. It was different than the original Hot Toys one.
Right.
I want to see what it looks like. But this one,
I remember it was very similar to what you had, Nefty. It's got
it came with the straight jacket.
Oh yeah. It was a straight jacket look. The one that they're showing here, and I didn't see a close up from the show yet.
In a suit.
It's a different head sculpt. It's a different head sculpt.
That's from the Dark Knight, right? Because this is from Batman Begins.
Yeah, this is Batman Begins. Yep.
That's the original Hot Toys?
Yep.
This is the original Hot Toys.
Wow.
Hold on.
Yeah, it's a different head sculpt. Yeah.
Yeah. So no, so the one that you got that you showed comes with two head sculpts. The one you're using is the one I put on that one on the third party. But this one is the second one that comes with yours as well.
Oh, okay.
This is, look at it. It's the same exact one you got. It's just you got two, and this one only came with one. But it's the exact same thing that you got.
Yeah.
It's literally the same thing. They just never. And this is the base that it came with because this is the original Hot Toys base.
Nice.
So this is what they made. They've never made it again. And let me show you also real quickly what the other one looks like, so you know why I got the other one too.
Right, because the 2-pack I remember, but I don't even remember. I don't remember if that was a Sideshow exclusive or It was an overseas exclusive.
I think it was a Toy Fair exclusive, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. It was something a little harder to come by.
See, and this is the one you got, Nefty.
Yes.
So I bought it because so I can have both head sculpts on the scarecrows, and that's why I have this look as well.
Yep.
So that's why it's exciting for those who don't have the original scarecrow, because now you can have one. But as you saw, that third party one is very good and good enough to replace it.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're not missing out on the Hot Toys one if you already have that third party one, because as you saw, it's very good. Also, let me catch up with you guys. Let me make sure nobody else came in. We got Derek in the house. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. You get this. Welcome. Happy Tuesday, my friend. Thank you for being here. So, on to the next one, guys. On to the next one. So, let me make sure I'm not going too far. All right, so here we are. All right, so also wrong. So here we are getting now into the true fire, guys. The true fire. So here we go. And this is gonna lead into a very interesting conversation, guys, regarding Hot Toys as a company. Okay, so here we have a T1000. Okay, this T1000 was made years ago. Okay, it was made with, I believe, 3 different head sculpts. Okay, yeah. Two were, with the metallic battle damage looking, right? One was, I think, split in half. The other one had like a blown out eye, and then the regular one. So
I remember, just to interject, the blown out eye, the donut head. I think you had to get the Sarah Connor to get that.
Right.
Head.
It was like an exclusive. It was an exclusive thing. Right.
Right.
So I ended up, obviously, I have every single one. So I have 4 T1000. I actually made a custom. I think 2 customs. Or no, I think 1 custom. The one with the police jacket and the helmet. Right. I just bought a spare body. I put that together. Boom, boom, boom. So where is this headed? Number 1, as you can see, this outfit here is complete trash. Okay. This does not look like a police outfit at all. He looks like it's a like a jail outfit. Okay, it looks like an inmate. Okay, I don't know why they're doing this. If I show you guys the original T1000 with the police outfit, you'll be like, "That's a police outfit. What the hell is this?"
Yeah, the original one looks so much better.
Oh my god, so much better. So this is already garbage when it comes to the aesthetics of it, how it looks, and that material, because it looks very cheap. It looks faded. It looks worn out. It doesn't look, again, like a police officer's outfit at all. They didn't even give him like the thicker belt that with the utility belt that cops have, right? They could have given him that at least.
But look at just definitely valid points. But you look at the base they're giving you too. No, they're giving you the base from the end scene. So this is a slightly
exactly right. Correct. So yeah, so that's where I was going, but absolutely.
Oh, sorry.
So no. So but again, you can't just say this figure is from the end scene, so you're not going to get shit with it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you can't do that. You have to give us a full figure, and it's up to us to decide, hey, do I want to display it, fully loaded, or do I want to display it from the end scene? That's not up to them to decide. Obviously, they did, but I hope I'm wrong about this. Again, this is just the figure being displayed just as is. We don't know what accessories. Obviously, this is not the entire figure. The fact that they're showing you this finger here, you're getting that metallic finger sticking out. So that is a must. It's coming. It's a no-brainer. But my point is this. Why is this announcement or this tease or this figure or this character or this, announcement important? Why is this a big deal? It's a big deal to me because it says a lot. How long has it been since this figure was originally made? Years. Okay.
Yeah.
Years. so many years that they've had plenty of time in between to make this figure again and again and again. They never bothered with it. How many Terminators have we gotten since they made this figure? At least 3. So why is it that all of a sudden those are okay, right? The T800s that were made after this T1000, why were those okay, but the T1000 never came? So what this says to me is this, which I could be completely wrong, but again, from pattern, this is where I'm getting this. The fact that they're going backwards this far back for this character only tells me that they could go back for other characters that we never thought that would ever be made again. Especially me. I'm the one who always says, oh, they've never made it. They will most likely will never make it again. Right? I always say that. That's why I'm telling you guys that it's what's going to happen. So the fact that they're going backwards this far from this for this only tells me that they could go back for other figures. And another example of something they recently did was, what was the figure that they went backwards for that nobody expected them to go backwards for? Recently, just happened.
What, the Amazing Spider-Man?
No.
The Amazing
It
Spider-Man.
was something. It could have been that, but there was something that they went backwards for recently. I was like, oh my God. I was like, they went back for this. It could have been Amazing Spider-Man, but I think it was a bigger character than that.
Well, they did the T800 battle damage too, right? That one just came out.
But again, I like I said, I always expect Terminators. I always expect, aliens, predators. So that I didn't, that's not unexpected to me. This T1000 though, again, we've gotten a battle damage already. A T800 battle damage. Where was the 1000 then? That's my point. They could have made the T1000 already. Why didn't they? So there's something going on, and it's very telling to me that they're willing to go backwards for certain characters, I guess, if it makes sense. Nefty, what do you think of that?
Yeah, hard times, man. Hard times. They got to come up with what worked in the past. Now, this figure, the way it's being displayed, that's not everything, right? It's going to come with more. The gun belt that's missing. And
well, yeah, I think they're displaying, and I think we don't know what else it's coming with, right? Because look at the battle damaged T800, right? That comes with a slew of accessories to create looks from like different parts of the end scene. So I would expect something similar with this one. Yeah. The original one came with the entirely different look. You could create the motor cycle look.
Actually,
the helmet.
Let me just advise you. That's the motorcycle look, because he has motorcycle boots. I went back right now and I looked at my Present Toy pre-order of the RoboCop,
right?
And I noticed that Present Toy is giving me the police look and the motorcycle look, and 2 different boots, 2 different uniforms. Because in the Present Toys, this requires a bomber jacket, the motorcycle helmet that it's coming with, and it has a motorcycle gun belt. Then right next to it, it has the police uniform with the regular gun belt, shoes instead of boots, the badge and all that, and I guess all the shooting, the little magnets you're gonna put around the body, and a different head scope with the blown out.
Right. So for this particular one, I think, because I watched this movie so many times, I think what happens at the end after he kind of remakes himself after Arnold blows him up, right? He has the same look. He doesn't have the jacket, right? But he still has the motorcycle boots in that scene.
Well,
I don't think he has, because I know exactly what you're talking about. The original Hot Toys one has the regular cop shoes, right? With that uniform, and then you get the swap out boots with the jacket, with the different
glasses,
pants
the
the helmet. So I think here, they're just recreating that specific look from the end of the movie where he's kind of glitching and he's got the boots as well.
So you don't think that this one right here will give us the police look? What I'm calling,
I think they might.
Because right now
we're getting 2 head sculpts with this. Go ahead.
Okay. No, because I was gonna say, because I know earlier in the stream somebody was lamenting that they're getting the Present Toy RoboCop, which I'm in that boat. But I just noticed that because I went back into my orders, he has a different look, and so you can show this one in the motorcycle look. Now, my argument is invalid if this comes with both looks. Now
Right.
you have.
I have a feeling. So I think that's exactly what they're doing. I think you're gonna be, because again, this cannot be the figure. This cannot be the entire figure.
Right.
It'll
Right.
never be the entire figure. So this is probably, again, like Rudy said, the end look. But you're gonna have most likely the cop jacket, the helmet, and like I said, we're gonna get a second head sculpt, and I'm gonna tell you why. The T800 battle damage, both times, 2 head sculpts. Both times 2 head sculpts. The T1000 when he came out, 2 head sculpts, right? So that's why I'm telling you, you're getting 2 head sculpts. That's what I'm telling you, you're getting most likely the police accessories.
Yep.
Because you have to, right? Now, if you decide to display them with this base, then obviously that's up to you. But there's no way that Hot Toys is not giving us those accessories. It's not. It can't happen.
Well, I would say for those that are in my lament of having the present toys pre-order, I mean, you can cancel, of course, but just think about having another look with the present toy. You know, even the battle damage. I mean, I don't know if the head of Hot Toys will fit in a present toy body, but I mean, you can look at it that way. You can have a present toy displayed in a different look of this character.
Right. No, you can, and it's a cheaper way to do it too. If you don't want to buy 2 Hot Toys, you buy the third party and the Hot Toy. CSI, welcome, my friend.
Konnichiwa means what's up.
Thule says Ultra technology advancing plays a big part. Scopes are better, tailoring bodies are better. Out with the old, in with the new.
Yep.
T1000 was malfunction at this point in the movie at the liquid nitrogen. Yep. Next year is about to be nuts.
Yeah.
And the police robot is $225. Not bad value. No, they're not bad.
You get 2 looks.
I don't think they showed off all the accessories for the T800 when they showed it off. Yeah, no, they're not done. This is not it. I can tell you that this is not it. There's no way that Hot Toys is teasing this as the entire figure. Not happening. And if it is, you better believe that this is not going anywhere, because nobody, I mean, again, as you guys have witnessed, there's a ton of people in this community that don't care about throwing their money away for garbage on top of defending it. So all I'm saying is I would not be okay with this.
Nefty, I'm feeling singled out right now.
Also, guys, where are we? Here is the next image. Look at that beauty. So for those who are wondering what the again, this came from Instagram, right? Somebody had teased the head sculpt of Arnold. Again, I don't remember if it was Jin, the painter, right? What's his name? Not Jin. Who's the what's the guy's name? The painter of
the Dominican guy?
Dominican guy. What's his name? Oh my god. Is it Jin?
I forget it. I forget.
Well, you know who I'm talking about. So I don't know if it was from his account or the sculptor's account. But it was a no-brainer that only said if you got the BD, of course you're gonna get the clean version. So here it is.
How many of these bad boys you got?
What?
How many of these bad boys you have from the old?
I have this one. I have one, I believe, with the box with the roses. And then the battle damage. I have one. Then the DX whatever. I have one. I have all of them.
With the Gatling gun, with the Gatling and the minigun, yeah.
Right, that one I got 1 of 2. I was gonna get 2 of those so I could display one with, you know how you could remove like the patch of hair and he's got the microchip in the head.
Yep.
I was gonna get a second version, a second one to do that look, and then I just never got to it, so I didn't bother. So as you can see, guys, another Terminator. It looks updated. The shirt looks different. Remember that it used to be like a lighter shade shirt.
Well, you get 2 versions. Remember, we got 2 with the original. I don't know if it was with the original.
Oh yeah, you
MMS.
did. No, you did.
You got the gray
2 t-shirts. Yeah,
black. Yeah.
So I think mine has the gray on it. I don't remember putting the black on it. And so here is now, guys. Wait, let me just make sure.
Fab,
No,
one quick thing with the Terminator. You think any third-party company will make the motorcycle?
They could and they should, but you know, who knows? I don't think anybody besides your favorite Jazz Inc. is making any vehicles like that.
Harley.
Watch that. That'll be his next vehicle. Like he'll say, and he'll say it's out of scale because Hot Toys oversized the Arnold.
So here are some close-up pictures of these bad boys. So we have Savage here looking gorgeous. This thing is
Stunning,
beautiful.
man.
This thing looks badass. This
He
thing
looks jacked.
menacing.
Yeah.
This thing is glorious. This is the first time I'm looking at this, and it is badass. Look at the spikes coming out of his head, way longer than Maul's spikes. Badass figure.
Loving it.
I have a feeling that this is gonna do very well.
Yep. Oh yeah.
I don't know what he's supposed to come with accessory wise. I have no idea, but I can tell you all of this here, what I see here will look incredible in any collection.
Yep.
This thing's gonna stand out. That yellow, I can tell you, is gonna pop in front of or next to anything and everything. This next to any Darth Maul is gonna look incredible, right? So Nefty.
And this is being categorized as what? Animated Clone Wars?
This is Clone Wars, yeah.
Okay. Right.
So
yeah, but look at the sculpt. It looks like it could fit in perfectly. It's like
no, it doesn't look animated at all. I mean, it is from that show, but it actually you get the like a little vibe of Darth Maul in it. You know what I mean? Like if you really look at it, you could see his like face in there a little bit. So how do you feel about this, Nefty? Do you like it?
I like it. I don't remember him being that beefed up in the
yeah, he looks massive.
And animation, but yeah, it's beautiful. It has presence. I like the head sculpt. I like the horns and the hands. But yeah, this is definitely a piece that's gonna do very well for them, and hopefully they can open up with more of the, I guess I'm gonna say, animated Clone War figures, because technically it's not from a movie, but it's coming home.
Ash, you peasant. No idea who this is, so I don't care. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Never seen Clone Wars?
But do you, Ash, do you collect? How much do you collect?
0.0.
Oh my God, unbelievable. That's a beast of a figure. Holy, yep, beautiful. He was like this in the animated Clone Wars series. Yep. I don't care about this guy, but the figure looks amazing. Yeah, no, it looks really good. Saying that looks old. He's like, I don't care. So, Rudy, tell us.
Oh,
How deep are you with the Clone Wars?
I am not deep at all. Okay. Like I've skipped a lot of things, but remember with Star Wars, I'm kind of being selective. I've been a little more particular picking up the dark side characters.
Explain to the people what you mean by selective. Like you've been buying everything third party, but Hot Toys, you got to be selective because.
It's a little slow of a reaction, I know, but it's Rudy was like, to register.
Rudy was like,
It's been a long day.
Even the head sculpt with the mouth expression, because sometimes they run into problems when they have the open mouth with the teeth. It works in this camera.
Oh, it looks beautiful.
Oh, this looks great, man. There's a lot of personality to it, right? Yeah. He looks like a beast of a figure. He's gonna fit in well with kind of all the figures I've been getting, all the Sith Lords and everything. So I haven't watched the cartoons at all. I'll be honest. I haven't. I think William was telling us about this character. Remember when from something like that? So I know nothing of the history, but he looks cool enough. He's gonna fit in with that display I have. So that's pretty much it. He's coming home.
Yeah, no, he looks great. And again, I only know him from the Clone Wars, pictures, not like I watched his episode. And it looks gorgeous. He looks like such a badass figure. He looks beefy. No Diddy. Here's another close up of him. Look at that. How badass is that? That is gorgeous. That is beautiful. I'm telling you. I don't know if you guys know this about me. Yellow is my least favorite color. Okay. I hate yellow. I'll never wear yellow. I don't wear yellow. I never found yellow to be a good color to wear. This is the sexiest yellow I've seen on a figure ever. Okay. This thing is beautiful, 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 beautiful. The armor. Look at that. Complete. You know what it reminds me of? What's his name? The guy from Ahsoka?
Yeah.
Not what's his name? Bale?
Balin.
Balin. That armor. See the armor?
He's gonna fit in really well with those.
That's gonna look so good, man. So good. Next one, guys. Next one. Let me just make sure because I got everything.
Well, he makes an appearance in Ahsoka.
So here we see Battle Damage Vader in the back. We got Savage, and then we got Chewie here. We got some Ono Wolverine at the bottom. Let me just make sure.
Here.
Let me just make sure that I'm not getting ahead of myself. Here is a close-up of Tony. So again, are you going to be devastated if you don't get this? Absolutely not. But obviously, it would be nice to have this, right? Again, it's nothing great. There's nothing, oh my God, this is amazing. This is incredible. This is fantastic. Nothing at all about it. But if you remember what scene this is from, that's the only reason why you would want it. Because again, it's nothing. And the cool thing is changing the, swapping the head sculpt on a Iron Man. That would be nice. You know what I mean? That's the one thing I would be excited for.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to try to get this one, even though it fits in with the collection I have. I feel like absolutely. I can definitely use them, but
because think about it. Look at the figure like as it is on screen. Tell me you can't pass this for a third-party figure.
You could,
right?
And we've seen third-party figures like this,
exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why MIC Toys made a figure like this, I believe. So that's why when you said this fits in my collection, of course it's all third-party. And also, guys, this monster, I don't know if anybody expected this, but this thing is insane. I thought at first that it was the comic book, what do you call it? Not the comic book, the video game Venom. Again, obviously we saw how big that thing was. Well, it's not. This says here Venom, and it says here Marvel Comics. So it's from the comics. The thing is beautiful. This is the base alone, guys, with all the symbiote on it. Super sexy.
Yeah.
The texture on the suit, badass. I could tell you this head sculpt here, I could guarantee you we'll most likely get two, hopefully. This can't be the only one because remember, without Venom's mouth open, it's not Venom.
You got to get the tongue and all that. Yeah.
I was just going to say, and without the tongue, it's not Venom. So guaranteed a second head sculpt. But what I find really sexy about this and really nice looking is this head sculpt brings me right back to the Spider-Man 3 Venom head sculpt, right? Those sharp teeth, that really different look of a Venom, right? It's not too overdone. It's not too over exaggerated. Yeah. It brings me right back to that Topher Grace Venom. What were you saying, Nefty?
No, I kind of like this one. I'm seeing it for the first time because it can go with my video game because the current video game Venom is so huge. I mean, it was like that in the video game, I guess. But with my Miles Morales video game and Spidey video game, I can use this one to put in that. This is not huge, like, right?
No, it's not. It's not at that same height as that video game one. No.
Yeah, because I remember.
But it's still going to be a big Venom because remember, Venom is always bigger than any Spider-Man. So it's always going to be big. Savon, welcome, my friend.
Hello.
He also makes a great point. He says, I can't wait to get the comic Venom. And no, I'm not canceling the Spider-Man 2 Venom. Didn't you make that point, Rudy? Didn't you tell me that people were going to start or was it somebody else? Somebody said.
No, I didn't. Yeah.
Somebody mentioned that, people are going to start, maybe Bob. Somebody said that, they may start canceling their video game Venom pre-orders, which, it may be true. Remember that a lot of people wanted it because it was a different style of Venom, right?
And he was massive too, right? Like
20 inches.
People didn't want that huge thing. A lot of people didn't buy it because of the size, right? That's one. Right. Number two, a lot of people bought it because they love Venom, but they were not 100% happy with the size, but it's Venom, so who cares? Now, this is your standard height Venom, comic book style. That is a no-brainer for any collection. So if you don't like Venom, obviously this is not for you. If you like Venom, this is for you. and it's completely different. It's a combination of a comic book, right? Because you got the comic symbol with the Venom movie figure body, which it looks like they reused here because it's all texture like that body, right?
Yep.
So it looks like that's what they did. They mixed it. Or even made it easier on themselves. Reused the body, right? They didn't paint the veins all over because remember that the veins were what were standing out instead of the symbol. They paint the symbol on top. They give us a new head sculpt, and there's your entire figure. The only thing is that even though, again, like I said, it looks exactly like the Venom figures that we have, I don't know if they changed anything, if they made any slight changes. Maybe it's a different body. Who knows? We'll see, in hand. But it looks like right now, it looks like it's the same thing. Rudy, what do you think?
No, I think he looks great, man. I think it's interesting because him with the Doctor Doom, we're getting this more premium comic book specific line, right? Which is what we all thought Hono was going to be, right? But it looks like Hono is going to be a much cheaper comic book line, right? So this is going to be kind of blending again the world between the cinematic and the comics, because this is a Venom that you could put in with your MCU collection, just like that Doctor Doom, and he's going to fit in really nicely. You know, so nobody's going to see that in your collection and say that's an odd figure to have there, right? Because he's going to fit in great. And look, the other thought here, not only does this look great, but I'm still convinced we're going to get another Venom from Venom 3 that's coming out soon. So
of course.
So we're gonna be inundated with a lot of Venom figures coming up soon, right? And
not only the Venom, there's a chance. Remember, there's going to be multiple symbiotes now. So if we got Carnage, we're definitely possibly getting more.
Right.
At least one more. You know what I mean? Whoever the main one is, most likely we'll get him. Joker J says a lot of fake collectors didn't buy him.
How dare you?
The Venom.
also Joker J.
I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
Unbelievable. Thule says, is this going to look right alongside 6-scale figures, though? A lot of people can't or won't display quarter-scale figures alongside 1/6. Well, this is not a quarter-scale. This looks like it's just going to be your standard height of your Venom. The Venoms we already have in our collection, so it's probably a reused body. Pretty much, I can guarantee you it's a reused body.
Right, and even like with the Carnage, because the Carnage is bigger than the Venom that we got, right?
Correct.
But he fits in so well because if you watch the movie, you know the scale. So I think that's where that gets a little forgiven, kind of.
Correct. And here it is, another close-up of the Xenomorph from Romulus. It's very sexy. The detail,
Very cool.
They Hot Toys never fails when it comes to the detail of these aliens, when it comes to the detail of the Predators. So the problem with these figures, I believe, is because of the way they're designed, right? Very thin legs, very thin feet, right? I think that's where the issues come in when it comes to standing with these figures, right? Because of the way they're designed. But that's my only complaint, right? They look flimsy. They look, and from experience, they were very hard to stand on their own, right? Without the base, you're not doing anything with these figures.
Right.
So that's why it's like, man, I wish they would stand. But again, we have to wait to see. Maybe things change. Maybe the feet do stand. Maybe the bodies are more, tighter, more firm, right? The joints are firmer. It's more balanced when it comes to standing. So those are the changes that I look for, especially when I have the prior figure. That's what I compare. Like, what changed? Let me see what's different here. Because there's always something, even if it's the paint application, it's always something different. You know what I mean?
Right.
Nefty, would you get multiples of these or just one?
Just one, and hopefully they go back and bring back the older alien lines, as I'm hoping, But one for the movie, I haven't seen the movie yet, but so far one.
Magnetic ball bag, he said. So only one alien, 10 Jazz Inc. mobiles. Makes sense. Rudy, how many would you get multiples of these or no?
No, I'm just gonna get one. I don't think there are multiples.
But I'm saying
in the
would
movie
you?
either.
I'm not saying will you. I'm saying would you? Like, because obviously, when are we ever gonna get another alien ever again? Right. So my point is, would you get multiples to like create your own little, one side by side? Remember, there's always more than one, right? It's not just always one. So
no. I think for this one, again, based on the movie, I'd want to watch the movie, but if there's only one, I'd probably just stick to one. If they were to do
you think there is only one in the movie?
Right. Like if they were to do the warrior alien from Aliens, that was much more of an army builder, right? That was because we saw a ton of them in that movie. So I think one for now, and then we'll see what Hot Toys does going forward.
All right. So then we're gonna start with. You tell me where this is from, Rudy.
So Inart just dropped all their pictures too. So this is the Walking Dead line. Yeah, this is the Walking Dead line. I don't know that they're flexing, Nefty. No. I think they're showcasing some figures here. Walking Dead, I think, is still popular. I kind of lost track of that series after season 5 or something, and I always swore that I'd go back and watch it. But now they've got like 20 spin-off shows too, so to catch up on that is just I'll never be able to do it. I think it looks pretty good. It's a pretty good looking figure. Again, I'm going to separate the company and their practices from the figures, right? I'm not going to detract from that.
Right.
So just talking about the figure looks pretty cool. Part of me is curious if there's still a big interest in this line, given the age of it. Although I think Daryl has always been a popular character. So I think he's going to do well for them.
I think him being rooted too makes him more appealing. Now that everybody wants to go rooted. And number 2, these forearms here are gorgeous. Okay.
Yeah.
This one piece, obviously remember that Inart did it. I'm not going to say first because somebody, I forget what third party company had done it before them, but this was something that Inart, got people excited for, the seamless look of the hands. And it just turned out to be old crap anyway. So hopefully they do something different, something better at least with this line. Are you excited for this? Do you expect a lot from this?
I mean, they've got 3, right? They teased him, Rick, and who's the guy with the bat? Negan. Right? So Negan. So they teased those 3. Look, in our the one thing that I will say about them that surprised me is when they came onto the scene, they were talking a bunch of stuff, right? But they seem to be indicating, we're going to do one figure from this line, one figure from that. Yes. So being a little surprising is how deep they're going into some of the lines they've already had, which I think is a plus. I think, look, do your own thing. And I think, if that's what they're doing right now with the Lord of the Rings line in particular, right? They're going deep. Harry Potter, they're going deep. If they're going, no Diddy. Let me sorry, I just realized how that came out, right? But
Rudy.
I don't think so.
oh man. I like what they're doing, and I think there's a possibility, right, that they're gonna keep going with them. Like I'd love to see this is the problem, right? And I'm gonna go back to collectors collect, right? You see stuff like that looks really cool, and part of you is always tempted to get it, right? Like even though I've only seen the first 5 seasons of the show, right? These were kind of key characters, and I'm like, I passed on the 3-0 ones. They weren't that great. So this is 1/6, Ernesto.
1/6.
1/6 scale. So it's just the cost, right? This is gonna be like $400 for this figure, and it's like, do I really need to pay $400 for?
And the Walking
Dead figures and a long wait, yeah.
Well, collectors collect. Did you not just say that? Or am I bugging out?
I did. No, I did. So who knows? I might end up getting it. We'll do the Inart unboxing in a couple of years.
All right. So this beauty. Tell us about him.
So from the boys, right? This Butcher, a 6 scale figure from Blitzway. So, and they had another picture, which we don't want to get into yet, right? But the Ghostbusters picture, it looks like they have a light up head for him as well.
Yep.
With the red eyes. So, listen, So did this one, and I think they did a pretty good job.
Well, out of all the third parties made, I think So was the best one.
So was even out of the license, because Star Ace had the license, and I think that one was trash.
That doesn't count.
Sorry, Nefty.
That's only Nefty's collection.
Oh my god!
Right. I'm. This is only like a distant shot, but I'm curious to see the close up because I'd be tempted to pick this one up in the Homelander from Blitzway. Blitzway has done some really good looking figures in the past, right? They don't do much, but what they've done has been pretty quality. So I'm excited for this. I'm looking forward to the full reveal.
Yeah, anything with Blitzway does, I usually tend to get in the 1/6 scale because they always blow me away. You know,
right. So I don't think they showed a picture of the Homelander. I don't think they've kind of. I think they might be holding some stuff for maybe tomorrow, right? Because we haven't even seen the DeLorean that they were supposedly teasing at this point. But look, right now, this one's interesting, and I think it just begs there's a lot of stuff like you said, Nefty. This show in particular, like Hot Toys dropped a bunch of bangers on us right now, and now we're getting. Listen, InArt, to their credit, is doing some really good looking pieces. Blitzway, right? I mean, it's just nonstop at this point.
And I was saying that this is the show we gotta. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Fabs.
No, go ahead. Finish.
No, I was saying earlier, maybe this is the show we got to look out for next year because man, they came more than San Diego Comic-Con and was
where is this? What location is? Is this in Hong Kong?
It's in Shanghai, I think.
Oh, Shanghai. Yeah, no. All the best shows are over there.
Okay.
Now, also Rudy, this beauty. Where's she from?
That's InArt's 1/6 scale Catwoman. They revealed her for the first time.
So how many are you getting?
None. You know what I do think is interesting? And they're Legolas, right, from Lord of the Rings. They're not doing magnets on the stand. They specifically said for the Legolas pre-order that the stand is not magnetic. It's something new that they're trying. So
meaning
I don't know what that means. I have no idea what that means, but they made a big point of saying that figure is not a magnetic stand. And then, of course, this one comes with a typical, grabber, right? So like, I don't know. That I thought was interesting.
I'm looking at the picture, and it has to be a magnet base that's holding him up because I'm looking at it right now. And you say it's not magnet?
No, this is a crappy base. Look at this. This is
a
99 cents.
Legolas.
Oh, Legolas. Well, how about we talk about what's on the screen before we talk about what we were talking about?
We're just excited.
He mentioned Legolas.
But we didn't get to Legolas. We are talking about Catwoman, and we are getting into. So we got InArt. Also, guys, real quickly, before we get off track, Nefty, wait for me. We got this guy. Where the hell did he go? Oh my god, I hate this.
What?
When I have information and it disappears because there's 5,000 things. This guy.
That looks nice.
That's Thorin from the Hobbit movies, also from InArt. And like I said, that's what I can appreciate from them, that they're going. They're delving much deeper into lines and starting to do more complete lines and all these figures and characters from that world. So I think for anybody collecting Lord of the Rings, this is look. There's no denying he looks great, right? The jacket looks great with the fur, right? The sculpt looks amazing. So credit where credit is due at this point. But I think it's definitely an upgraded figure from the last time they showed him a year ago. The thing is, you're going to be waiting for a while.
Nefty, how deep are you in this line?
No, not at all. Not at all. No.
It's like that. You don't like InArt?
No, I do. I do like InArt, but I'm not into the Lord of the Rings.
Oh, you didn't even get Harry Potter or nothing?
No. I tried, and they gave me my money back.
They gave me my money back.
Wait, what do you mean they gave you your money back?
Well, I ordered it from Pop Collectibles. I had it. And like 2 days later, they reached out to me saying, "Oh, we don't have it anymore," and so they immediately refunded my money.
So I'll be waiting for another 6 months for mine.
I'm still waiting for Batman.
Oh Jesus!
Oh my God, you guys are the worst. So here we have, guys, Wonder Festival Shanghai, more in art Queen Studio stuff. And also, one thing I want to get into, which I didn't yet. So it looks like Morphig is Hono's, is Hot Toys is Hono to a certain extent, right? They wanted to go a little bit cheaper, but they're going down in scale. So they're going 112 with this line, strictly 112 with this line. So they didn't want to give us a cheaper 1/6 scale line like Hot Toys, so they're going smaller scale. As you can see, everything here, at least to me, looks like a statue. I don't see anything here 1/6. Maybe the Bruce Wayne would be a 1/6 figure. Everything else here looks just like a statue. Nefty, what do you think of all this? Are you excited for any of this? Would you buy any of these statues or no?
No, I don't buy any of these statues, but they look beautiful. Works of art. I like especially the Bruce Wayne. It's like,
Yeah,
it looks like a real person.
very sharp. Yep, very sharp,
Yep.
very real looking. That outfit, the tailoring on this outfit is gorgeous. The suit is sharp. That trench coat is gorgeous. The head sculpt looks great, even from far away. It looks very good. You can see the butt chin.
How they brought in the variants of Batman all together in that picture. It looks beautiful.
No, it looks beautiful. It looks
Like
beautiful. Rudy, would you buy any of this? Are you into? Would you buy statues for the first time or no?
No. I can't, man. I can't get into another scale or statues, and at the price point that these cost, there's just like, it's always whenever I see the price on some of these, it's like how many 6 scale figures could this get me, right? That's the thing. So it's like no, they look beautiful, they look stunning, but not for me.
Yeah, I don't know which one of these is supposed to be a figure or not. It doesn't say. It doesn't mention.
I think these are all statues because I think Queen Studios had them shown.
That's what I figured, because none of them, except besides this one, everything else looks like a statue. Obviously, there's no way you get these gorgeous poses with these with 1/6 scale figures. Never like that.
Right.
Also, guys, we got so much stuff, guys. Don't even think of going anywhere. So, like I said, the Morphig line is there. The innards 1/12, and they teased a bunch of stuff here, as you can see. So all of this is apparently 1/12 from Inart. One thing I mentioned for those who may not have been here when I talked about it was Inart will be a perfect company as a 1/12 company. The products that they make in 1/6, they would 100% nail in 1/12. They don't have to worry about likenesses, right? Like, for example, the Superman head sculpt, right? The relaxed, the regular, not the angry one, but the original standard head sculpt that Superman comes with. That would be perfect for a 1/12 scale. The detail on it sucked. It didn't look right. It was off. So they can get away with doing that in 1/12 because remember, 1/12 is smaller, so you lose a lot of detail. Everything has to be, more scrunched in together, more close together. So you're not going to get that same likeness that you would in a 1/6 scale. Yes, you could get close if you're that good, but because this company clearly doesn't care about likeness and they don't care about any of that, I feel like they would be better off in the 1/12 scale. Now, do I think they're going to give you a break in 1/12? Absolutely not. You're still going to be overpaying for 1/12 scale because that's the company's, what do you call it? That's what they're doing. That's their game. That's their policy, right? To just rip you off no matter what scale. But I believe and I think that they belong in the 1/12 game over the 1/6 scale game. Nefty, what do you think of that?
No, they're doing a good job in the 1/6 from what I'm seeing. I'm sorry, the 1/12. And anyone that's into collecting the 1/12, I mean, like I'm actually eyeing the Dark Knight, just to have one because I own nothing 1/12. I just want to have one Dark Knight 1/12. But from what I'm seeing, and you're right, if they will get into this line of 1/12 exclusively, they'll probably be kicking ass because they're very detailed, very pristine at that level. But the price and the weight hopefully could be curtailed because now this is something smaller that you're shipping. It's not as big as a freaking 1/6 figure with a big diorama, which is a big box. Right. But who knows?
Well, hopefully, for those who love, the inner packaging and the third party inner packaging. Maybe for the 112, if you like the 112, maybe they could just bubble wrap them for you and put them in a what do you call it, in an envelope. Since you guys love the packaging so much, remember bubble wrap also helps with moisture. If you guys don't want too much moisture, just say, hey, inner, just bubble wrap my shit and ship it in an envelope, peasants. Rudy, what do you think?
I think it's interesting, right? I think especially because they're going so far into this line, right? They've got a ton of prototypes. I mean, this probably equals the number of 6-scale prototypes we've seen from them at this point. In one single show to have this many already on display, it's interesting. I think they can definitely dominate as long as they don't. It's going to come down to price point again. I think 12-scale collectors are used to a certain price point, and if they price themselves out, I think that's where the problems are going to start, right? And that's kind of the problem they're having a little bit in 6-scale. I think the price point doesn't mean people aren't picking them up, but it's much more limiting at this point.
Right. I pay $80-$90 for some 112 now. Yeah, you're going to be paying $180 for these. Right. And so let me just make sure we are caught up with all the pictures. So, guys, now we're going to get into the juicy juice. Don't go anywhere, peasants. Don't you dare. All right, we're going to get started, guys. Let me just make sure everything. Rudy, did you send me the
Yeah, you had it up.
Well, no, not yet. So we're gonna start with this. No, we're gonna start with this because we didn't do this yet. So we're gonna get us over this, and then we'll go back to the Ghostbusters.
Right. So again, right, Harry Potter line. That's Snape, right, played by Alan Rickman. So that's a great character too. So again, right there, this is now their 5th figure from that line. So again, it looks like they're jumping far more into the line than they originally thought they were going to. And the last interview they had was they're doing their other characters are already looking at. So look, I got to give them credit again. Nobody else is doing this, right? Because Star Ace had this license forever. Right. They basically crapped all over it. It was terrible. So. Right, Hot Toys isn't doing this. None of the other big companies are doing this. So I appreciate them going into this like they're doing Lord of the Rings. I think this is where they're establishing their own little market,
And this beauty,
the ring. So this is up at 1/6 kit already for pre-order, $700.
Whoa.
The combo, right?
The combo. If you get the rider by himself, $325.
And what's the horse alone?
The combo, I think it's not 700. 680.
Oh, you can't get the horse by itself.
No, you get him in the deluxe, or you get just the rider.
Wow, so they're charging you the horse. What, the horse like $250?
$250 about, yeah.
That's
so $325, $250. Actually more. It's actually more like. Because if it's $680 from kit,
so it's $3 and change for that horse.
$3 and change for the horse.
I told you, didn't I tell you exactly $3+?
Yep.
Oh my God, it's such a scam, man. It's such a scam. It's such a scam. I didn't even know about this, and he showed it to me, and I said that horse is because the horse is beautiful, and he showed me the horse.
Beautiful, yeah.
You showed me the horse without the figure on top. It was just the horse, and I said, first of all, the horse is a statue. I said it doesn't even move.
It is a statue, yeah. It's a statue.
Right. So. I was trying to compare it to his DID horse. I said, does your horse move for DID? Because at least, some horses do move. Right. But I said, either way, whatever the excuse is, they're going to charge you more. And look, they're disgusting with their pricing. Disgusting.
But look, 100%, right? Dropping all that money for this. But if you're a fan of the line, was like Joker Jay, right? Like Jay, he's going to get this. That looks, look, I had to resist getting into this Lord of the Rings line because, I love the movies, but I just can't get into everything. I just cannot get into everything. And right now, how deep in the hole would I be? Like, it's another $700 to get it. Because, yes, you can get the Ring Wraith by himself, right? The Nazgul by himself, the rider. But you're going to want that horse, right? That's what really sells that figure. It's the horse with all those details. That's what really brings it to life. So, And look, and they didn't just drop him. I know we're gonna look at the picture, but the Legolas is up too for 4
Right, we're
and
gonna get
change.
we're
So
gonna get into that too. CSI says, is the horse articulated? Nope.
nope,
300 plus. Nope.
it's a statue.
Yeah, literally. So here we go, guys. So the morphing line, like I mentioned, it was their what do you call it? Their 1/12 line. And here we are gonna get into their tell me where, Rudy. I think it was on top.
Go up, yeah.
Here it is. So this beauty here, this is Orlando Bloom.
And they have the full pictures too. If you go up a little bit higher.
Oh, do they? Hold on.
Yeah.
Yep. Right
Yeah,
here.
right there.
Oh, and who was that? Who's this?
Or
Oh, never mind. He's old. All right. So Orlando Bloom as Legolas.
Right.
Very basic, as you can see. He reminds me of Link from Zelda a little bit. If it were a real life character, as you can see, that's actually really nice. So again, it looks cool, right? It looks very cool. I can tell you, whoever gets this will be very disappointed, like they were and have been with every other figure. But nonetheless, it looks very nice, right? The outfits look very nicely detailed, nicely done. The tailoring on it looks very sharp, right? Everything looks nice and tight, nice and fit. Nothing looks loose. Nothing looks not properly fitting, which is always important. It looks like the articulation's pretty good when it comes to using the bow and arrow. Look, you get the full fold of the elbow, which is good, right? And the different looks, the different displays of these, the cloaks and the hoodie and all that stuff do change the way that the character looks, that the figure looks overall, which is really nice. Because look, you have them like that or like this, and it looks completely different just by adding the little cape, right? The little cape with the hoodie. Look, here's another look. Obviously, this is a little bit more boring, but it's a different look as well. So now, Rudy, you buying this, correct?
No, I didn't get into the Lord of the Rings line. I thought about getting into the Gandalf, and as soon as I missed the Gandalf, I'm like, I'm not gonna pay those crazy prices for that. So I'm pretty much out.
How much is this
on this line? This one I think is up on Kit's site for 4 and change. 4 and change. And Nefty, I confirmed. They specifically say in the description it is a new non-magnetic base.
Wow.
Newly developed non-magnetic figure stand.
How the hell is he standing up?
I have no idea.
They're showing you at least that they're showing off the body skills, and they're showing you that it's good. But see, they're even showing you his boots, and he stands perfectly fine by himself. So maybe that's what they're trying to show off.
So maybe, and I stand corrected. Fabs 556 on 1/6 kit.
Wow.
See? Tell me, you, Rudy, you especially, being a customer of this line. Okay.
Yeah. Or at least of InArt. Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean. Well, you're doing Lord of the Rings, or you're not?
No, but I'm doing their Harry Potter line, which is going to cost me the same thing,
So, right, exactly. So you are an InArt customer. You're not buying Lord of the Rings, but as an InArt customer, how can you possibly justify 500 plus for this Legolas here?
I don't think you can. I don't think you can. I think this is one of those figures that if you want the figure, right? Maybe it's not justifying it, but if you want the figure, you're going to pay the money, right? You might not like it, but that's how they're getting you. They're getting you with who else is doing it, and if you're a big fan of the series, that's what they're depending on, right? But to be honest, it's not worth the money, right? I say the same thing with the Harry Potter figure. When I ordered it, it's a ton of money, and immediately I knew it's not worth the money that I'm paying for it.
Absolutely not.
Right?
None of it.
But I made the decision. I wanted those characters in my collection, so it's like, okay, who else is making them at this point? So that was the decision process for me personally, and it was, and that's why, again, when you look at all these figures, they're gorgeous,
right?
But look, if you're collecting this line right now, you're dropping $550 for this guy and $700 for the other one. So that's what, $1,200, like that.
And anybody who doesn't believe when I say that they're ripping you off to your face and laughing at you when you buy this garbage, okay, you are retarded, because none of this What about this is worth more than a Hot Toys? Please, somebody explain to me. Make it make sense that this garbage is 5+, but any given Hot Toys 280, 300, 330.
Right. Like listen, Jay was telling you guys, I was listening to your stream on Saturday, right? Where he was talking about the Aragorn. And he said, look, it looks beautiful, but he said the material, they went very thin with the material to make it drape well, and it looks fine, but it's also delicate. So at that point, you're not really going to are you really going to pose the figure up like they're showing? Because then you're going to run the risk of ruining the tailoring, and the clothing set, which is, listen, we run the risk with any 1/6 scale figure, but it just seems like for this brand in particular, you're running an even greater risk of doing that because the material is so delicate at this point.
Tuli, this is just a reminder for Joker J what he's doing with his life.
Why, you little... I got you! Go!
It's all just an act.
Stop! Stop! He's already
dead. Inart is already dead, guys.
Look, I'll give them like I was telling you though. I'll give them credit, and I think like the Walking Dead 3.0 said they're not doing anything else, so Inart stepping in there. Harry Potter, what J&D is doing some of those, but there's really a void, and J&D is not cheap either. And then you've got Lord of the Rings, Asmus. I don't think they're doing anything else with the line. So, look, those 3 lines in particular, I think Inart is filling a void that nobody else has filled right now, or that's open.
Think about it. If you go deep in this Inart line and you collect all of them, think how much money right there. Let's say
right.
you get all of the current.
It's stupid money.
Right.
Stupid.
Right. Look, and I'll accept it. Right. I'm an idiot for that, but just the 3 Harry Potter kids are going to be about $1,500 all in.
Can you imagine? Nah, I don't care. I don't care how much of a fan you are. They're stealing your money. It's that simple. There's nothing about any of it that is worth 500+. Zero. So guys, the announcement of the year, the tease of the year, the news of the year. Okay.
Breaking the rules.
We got Blitzway teasing that they're reissuing the Ghostbusters. This is a big deal. Why is it a big deal? Number one, I talk a lot about how Blitzway is a company that hasn't reissued anything. That Blitzway is a company that when they make something 1/6, because of the fact that they don't reissue, it holds value, it keeps value, it gains value. Look at everything they've done. Look at the Zorro figure. Look at the what was the other one that just came out? Blitzway. The Kurt Cobain, right?
Yeah.
That was a hit. That sold out immediately, and it's going for like double, I think, now. So they make great figures that hold value. They don't over produce figures. So a lot of good things going on with the company. Now, why is this important? Well, the one line that was a huge success for them was the Ghostbusters line. Okay, everybody bought it. It sold out. It gained, it held value and increased in value, something like $3,000 for the 4-pack. Okay, it was a 4-pack regular, I think, and it was a 4-pack deluxe, if I'm not mistaken, that came with Slimer, and it came with the barricades and all this stuff. So, again, why is this important? So now we're getting into a time where it looks like, or it seems like, Blitzway is looking for money. Okay. Do I think it's wrong of them to reissue this 4-pack? Absolutely not. They deserve it, right? They're a company that never does this, right? If it was Hot Toys, we know they do it all the time. Do we like it? No, but we know that that's what they do. So you either buy it or you don't buy it and move on. With Blitzway, it's a little bit different because they're a company that is not known for that. It's shocking that they're doing this to begin with. So this is why that's important, right? Does that mean there are more reissues down the line? Possibly. Now, again, from pattern, we went from never reissuing anything. That's why I kept saying nothing's coming. Here we have a reissue. What does that say? Anything's possible now. So can they remake the Ecto 1 Afterlife? Absolutely, which I think they are anyway. Can they remake the original Ecto 1? Clearly, absolutely, because it doesn't matter anymore. And most likely, it'll go that route. Meaning, if they're reissuing this 4-pack and they know how much the Ecto 1 is going for, they could easily just reissue that vehicle, make that money. Because remember, they'll increase the price as well. If the original price for the Ecto 1 was, I don't know, let's say $1,200. If they decide to reissue it next year, it'll be $1,700 or $1,500 or whatever it is. It'll be way more than it is just like the Ecto 1 Afterlife after it was out, sold out. It went back up for more money than it came out for. So, Rudy, let's go with you, Nefty, first. So, Nefty, how do you feel about this? Were you around for the original Blitzway 4-pack? If you weren't around for them, are you excited for this reissue? Are you getting the 4-pack?
Yes. I'm definitely excited about it. I wasn't around for the original. I'm in that predicament that I also have the present toys in order. And from what I see, I guess Present Toys copied off Blitzway with one other head sculpt. I do own the 4 original deluxe with the Barricade and Slimer, so I have that. So yeah, I'm happy for this. I'm hoping that if Blitzway does start reissuing, they can probably come out with their, what was it, the Bruce Lee Enter the Dragon? Was that them? Or Hannibal Lecter?
Game of Death.
Game of Death? Okay.
Right,
Bruce
they did
Lee,
Hannibal Lecter. They did Fight Club.
Fight Club they did. They did Universal Soldier, the double pack.
That was, oh my, but that one.
I think they did Scarface also.
Yep.
I think they did
Carlito's Way.
Right?
Carlito's Way.
They did I think Che Guevara was Enter Bay. I don't think that was I don't think that was Blitzway. Tuli said, what?
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say Tuli says nothing's coming to everything is coming. You heard it here first. The duality of man. Oh, Nefty. Nefty. Tuli. We're talking about Blitzway. Okay, we're talking about Blitzway. Everything's coming from Hot Toys. Okay, Hot Toys, they're making everything except Princess Leia from Escape Scene. Okay, but everything else is coming. Blitzway is a different conversation, you peasant. They're going to bank. They're going to bank on this reissue. Absolutely, and I can guarantee you, it's going to be very expensive. It's going to be very expensive. Oh, it's going to be juicy, and they know they're going to have people, in their pockets with this because they what do you call it? They know it's people have been requesting for this to be remade. I'm one of them. You know what I mean? I missed out on the original pack.
Me too.
I don't even care for it at this point. We talked about this. I don't have the original Ecto 1. I have the Afterlife Ecto 1. So can I still get them? Sure. Can I still use them with the Afterlife Ecto 1? Absolutely. So I'm up in the air with that. Do I want them? Do I don't? Do I not? We'll see what happens. I'll most likely get them. But if they're like ridiculously priced, you better believe I am not going near it because I am not looking to overspend for figures either, even though these are iconic figures that are a must.
And you're getting 2 head sculpts, 2 different head sculpts I see here.
Well, so these 2 characters, right, are the only ones that get 2. This one has a cigarette in his mouth, I believe, so that's why you get the open mouth and the closed mouth here, and he's also here screaming with his mouth open, and that's why you have it closed. But these are the only 2 that get head sculpts. This is what's his name, the Butcher. And this is
that's
Homelander. So these, as Rudy mentioned earlier, they come with 2 head sculpts as well. But obviously, these are from the boys. So
and only I can see a lot of people dropping off the Present Toys pre-order of these bad boys.
Oh yeah.
Donald Merce, welcome. Nice to see you. Welcome. First time. Where do you order Blitzway? Nefty, where do you order Blitzway?
Big Bag Toys or Spec Fiction, but you're gonna wait a lot if you go with Spec.
Rudy, where do you order Blitzway from?
1/6 kit. I think he usually puts them up too.
Yep.
So that's usually my go-to.
Yep.
He gets them pretty quick.
So 1/6 kit, Big Bad Toy Store are your go-to. Those are my go-tos. That's it. If you haven't used kit 1/6 kit, coupon code FabsFigure, no S at the end, and you'll get $10 off your first and only order, because it's a one-time use code only. So Rudy, tell us how you feel about this. How exciting is this for you? And how do you feel about the company finally reissuing something that's such a big deal?
I mean, I'm excited. I saw these at New York Comic-Con years ago. They had them on display, right? They had a nice diorama where it was the Gozer steps on the roof. It looked great, and I don't remember why I passed on these. I think these were some of those that I always thought they're sitting around. I'm going to have an opportunity to get them. And I waited too long. And by the time I realized, they were gone, right? Like from Sideshow. So I missed out on my chance in getting these. I'm glad that there's going to be a second chance. I'm in the same exact boat that Nefty is, though. I pre-ordered all 4 of the Present Toys ones. And unlike Nefty, who's saying,
yeah, what are you going to do? So tell everybody what you're planning on doing.
Well,
I'm gonna lose the NRD on those, but you know what? If Blitzway puts these up for pre-order, there's no way I'm passing on the Blitzway. I don't need to have 4 different versions, like 2 versions of them. And obviously, I think the Blitzway ones are going to be better than the Present Toys. So,
but now as a collector, right? You just mentioned you don't need 2 versions of them, but think about it. There are 2 movies now, 3 now, 4, right? So you have 4. You could do at least for the first 2 movies 2 different versions. So if you do the Present Toys, that could be your part 2 version, because remember, those look like crap, and then these could be your part 1 version. So
but remember, the part 2 jumpsuits are different.
No, right. But I'm saying, like, if you want it, like, collect is my point. You know what I mean?
I think, listen, at how much these are going to cost, that's the thing. They're going to cost a lot. So,
a lot.
Even the Present Toys ones weren't cheap.
No.
Like they were over 200 because of all the gear they were coming with. But I'd rather get them from Blitzway at this point, So
and I pulled up
I'll
something.
lose my NRDs, and that'll be that.
Oh my God, the kid's gonna love you. So I pulled this up, guys. So as you can see, all of these accessories that they come with. So you get the traps, right? You get the electric beam, and then you get a few hands, and I get some other little gadgets as well. So I pulled this up. This is the original release, right? This is Egon, and I pulled this up to compare what accessories these came with compared to the new announcement, and it looks like it may be the same. Obviously, I can't tell too much from here, right? I see it looks like it's going to be pretty much exactly the same. As you can see, all the gloved hands, all the bare hands, whatever these little things here are. You got the trap here, and you got the electric stuff on there. So here it is. You got the bare hands, you got the glove hands, you got the trap's not here. I don't see the trap anywhere around here, which is weird. Oh, there it is, right here. Never mind. Or I think no, that's not it. That's not. Yeah, that's not.
Yeah, no. In the original, not all of them had the trap.
Oh, okay. So there you go.
Right, so he might come with a different figure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So as you can see, here's a trap here. Here's a trap here. So there's only 2 traps out of the 4 figures. So that makes sense what you just said. This one I put it up. Egon doesn't come with one. So there you go. So that's why. But it looks like it come with everything. So it's literally an exact reissue. Does anybody here in the chat, please let me know if you own the original set. And if you do own the original set, can you please let me know if the original set came with these 2 extra head sculpts as well? No. Because I want to know. They didn't, right?
They did not.
They didn't. That's
okay.
They did not.
So it looks like they're replacing these 2 head sculpts with the whole Slimer thing and all that stuff. It looks like, at least from now.
Yeah.
Right. And then I think the original one didn't have the screaming
right
sculpt either, where he's yelling into the radio. So that's new.
That's the new head sculpt.
So think about this. I'm pretty sure Present Toys came with that open mouth head sculpt.
Yes.
So
Yep.
guaranteed they knew this was coming from
Yep.
Blitzway, and they got ahead of themselves. Well, they got ahead of Blitzway before Blitzway announced it by what, like a year?
This is listen. This is where Present Toys messed up, right? Present Toys should have moved these to the front of the line to get them out, because what's going to happen now is these are going to sit. People know that these are coming. I think. Listen, and maybe not. Some people are going to look at the price on these, which are going to be $300 figures, easy, right? So they're going to maybe say, you know, I'll settle for the Present Toys. But I think most people are going to go with Blitzway over Present, and I think Present, if they wanted to really like beat Blitzway to the punch, they should have announced these and released them as quickly as they could to make that money. Because right now, like you said, I think Nefty, you're keeping yours. I'm gonna cancel mine. I'm gonna lose that NRD and hope Kit isn't super pissed at me. You know, I haven't canceled anything from him in 10 plus years.
As long as you're paid the deposit,
Yeah.
that's that's your problem. You know what I mean? He keeps the deposit, and that's your problem. He's not gonna be like, hey man, like why'd you leave me the deposit? So he's
and we're all grown-ups, right? We're all adults in this hobby, so we know that. Listen, that NRD is that NRD, and there's a risk associated with it, and I'm comfortable with letting that go to get the Blitzway set, right? And that's the only way I was gonna that's the only reason I'm canceling those, or I'm not going with those, is because these are coming, right? So let's see when they go for pre-order and how much they're gonna cost.
And CSI has a point here. It says suits are definitely updated. I'm looking at my Ghostbusters right now. So the reason why I was going back and forth just now is to pay attention and notice that. So look, I think he may be right. If you pay attention to a lot of the and even the color of the suit, pay attention to the color of the suit.
Let me go grab one,
because it looks slightly different. Look at the knees. Look at the pouches. It looks like pouches at least. It's designed, but look at that on the legs. It's not so prominent here. You see something, but it's not so obvious. Look at the pockets here, how they go from side to side. Here you don't really see that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Listen, they might not be like, some of the accessories might be similar, but they might have done. Obviously, we know that the sculpt is different, right? And they might have updated some of their sculpts, because I think the Winston, right? That was one that wasn't the best sculpt, so they may have gone back and updated that one, right? So, I think let's see, because everything we're seeing this from a far off shot, right? I'm looking forward to seeing some close-ups, but I think they might have done some work, right? So these might be 2.0s, right? Might like slight 2.0 upgrades.
Hopefully, at least we would expect that. Also, you do see the pockets the same. See, I think it's because that's a beautiful figure, man. Oh,
that is such a great figure. I can't wait to get those.
I've never seen one in hand, and that looks beautiful.
Yeah.
See, I need them, man. I need these figures.
I gotta get the set, and I'll hopefully.
Now, I'm gonna tell you something, Fabs, and anybody that owns the original will tell you that the original stand that they came with, garbage. I had to get a custom stand. I currently have the original stand in the boxes because there was something like crazy I've never seen. It was all like wiry, and your figures were eating dust if you put them on them. So I went to Sony Stand and I bought 8 sets of stands for the Ghostbusters to give me various looks.
You are insane. So, guys, we did it. Thank you guys for staying. Thank you guys for being here the entire time. I told you guys we're going to be here a while. There was a lot of heat, a lot of fire. We're still not done. Okay, we're not done by any means whatsoever. So don't think this is it. I'll probably see you guys tomorrow. No, I hope not. Rudy, what are you expecting, waiting for anything? What did you get? I know you got some stuff.
What did I get? Oh, so my Rocket finally, the invoice came in. So I think Rocket shipped with Cosmo. Let's see. Oh, I got this beauty. Finally.
Rocket ship, no pun intended. Look at that.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Got my She-Hulk there.
Do like Barry and make her twerk.
Make her twerk. And then I got this bad boy here. Hold on.
Oh my God! Look at that beauty.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Look, so I do collect my occasional Star Wars.
Do you guys think
this is a beautiful piece.
Do you guys think he has blue balls too, or what?
I'm not gonna check.
Nefty. Carlos says, I agree. These Ghostbusters figures for Blitz are yeah, I'm telling you, man. It's just the price is gonna suck. That price is gonna suck.
It's gonna be horrible.
Oh my God,
I paid $2,000 aftermarket. So for the
that's cheap because you were still only barely $1,000 extra. Now it's $3,000.
I think Gina mentioned somebody paid like $3,600. She saw somebody like
probably
and that was for the
probably Joker J.
Barricade.
Last week I watched one sell on eBay for $3,600 before taxes and fee. Yep. No, I'm telling you, that's how much they are. Crazy.
Oh, and just I won't mention his name because I don't have his permission, but I know a lot of people jumped on it. I ordered a diorama containment unit from a designer that's coming. It's a diorama of the containment unit in the basement of Ghostbuster. Lights, bells, and whistle, everything. It's gonna look nice with these characters.
Are you gonna send it to me for review or what?
It's coming hopefully next year.
Nefty, just say no, okay? Don't blow me off. Just say no, okay? Gina said, "I did not." Yeah, Rudy, putting words in her mouth.
I just said.
Sorry, Gina. He's like, see, getting Rudy. It's bedtime for Rudy. All right, guys. Nefty, what are you waiting for?
I am waiting. Kit just sent me the invoice for the Ghost Army figure, the one that you have, Rudy, that you bought.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm going to be
ninja
soon.
No.
All of the military.
That bad boy.
Oh, the old black one. I never got the old black.
My God, I can see it's going to be a headache, man, building that bad boy up.
Nefty, if you need any pointers, let me know, man.
I got a video ready.
Nefty, if you need to return it to Kit, just return it. So what am I waiting for? I don't think anything, guys. I've gotten everything so far. My She-Hulk hasn't shipped from what do you call it? From Pop Culture. I have to order Throne. I thought I had paid him off already. That's disappointing as hell. And what else? I'm still waiting on my Joker, on my Imposter Joker. I'm waiting on a bunch of stuff from Sideshow that I still haven't got notifications for. But yeah, my Scorch got lost. My Scorch.
Oh my God!
I told you guys already. It was coming from William, and then it's Jose's, and then Jose said you could have it until you get yours, and then it completely got lost in transit. They scanned it one time or two times, then it like completely disappeared. So hopefully I get my replacement very soon because I want my Scorch. That's the only one I'm missing that should have been here already. It's been missing for about a week and a half already, which sucks. So we'll see what happens. But as always, guys, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.